You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Durango, Colorado. We're at Ray Dennison Field here on the campus of Fort Lewis College. Here in beautiful southwestern Colorado, Joe, you couldn't ask for a better day down here in beautiful state of Colorado.
Well, I kept looking at my phone to make sure the date was October 12th. It's gorgeous here in Durango today. A little bit windy, but the leaves are still in the changing phase. So the trip down here was as beautiful as always. And, you know, Fort Lewis looks like we're playing a little later in the day down here. And I think that's to help the crowd and to get things a little bit. They're trying to do some things with football down here. But what a great day in Durango.
Yeah, you mentioned just the scenery. When you come over Wolf Creek, Ben and I caught it just right yesterday, right as the sun was setting. It was probably 5:30 or so. So the sun was just that when you come over the top of Wolf Creek in that little side of the mountain there, it's just unbelievable, the colors right there. And took a couple shots of that, which I was kind of proud of, through the windshield even. We got to get Ben's windshield cleaned off a little bit, but that's all right. Well, but it's just amazing. It's spectacular down here.
No, it's a great trip, and we always enjoy coming down here, and they treat us well here in Fort Lewis. And for people that don't know, the press box at Ray Dennison, part of it burned down,
Yeah.
And that was a part that you and I normally sit in, so they're rebuilding it, and we're in the middle of the construction phase, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be gorgeous when it's done.
I think so, and the window's brand new. You can see through it, and the only thing we got to do is get them a drill with a hole saw so we can drop the cords through, but that's the only thing that didn't get quite right yet, but they haven't done that at the Thunderbolt in the 15 years I've been there either.
No, it's a great setup, and this is one of those places we love to come because it's natural grass.
Yes.
The only field in the RMAC that has real grass. Got a little wind today, so that's always going to be keep an eye on that as the game goes by, but it's October 12th, and it's going to be 80 degrees here in Durango.
Yeah, and the turf is amazing. For a natural grass surface, it is tight. It is cut nice and low, and it's a fast track.
It's still green.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still irrigating here in Durango.
Well, this Fort Lewis Ball Club, the big news this year for them is they finally got a win after 5 years, 40-game losing streak somewhere in that area. Arizona Christian came in there, and they beat them 17-12, and they're about ready to tear down the goalpost. But, I mean, their coach is trying to do it the right way. Johnny Cox, he's a former – well, I guess you're always this guy, Hawk, once you played here. And John Risson, in fact, recruited him here, and he's trying to build something down here. And it seems like they're on a little bit of an upward trend. They were at the bottom of the doldrums forever. Let's not, hold anything back. But it seems like this year the ball club is a little bit more competitive. They've been in some games. In fact, that one they won. But the other games, you look at the scores and their stats – and they've got a pretty good quarterback.
Well, it all starts with you talk about X's and O's, but it's Jimmy's and Joe's. And their quarterback, Stone Walker, is a guy that has people talking. He's that good. In fact, Csu-Pueblo defensive coordinator, Kate Foskey, we were talking to him before the game, and he goes, this kid's the real deal. Out of the Houston area, he's a redshirt freshman. And they're saying, how did this guy get out of Houston? And he's their leading passer. He's their leading rusher. We wonder if his rushing yard is from being chased, and it could be because their offensive line is in the process of being rebuilt. But he's the real deal as a signal caller.
And his passing percentage is under 50, but Coach Foskey said, well, they had 10 or 12 drops last week. So if you add 12 catches to his total, then and on the year they're averaging over 10 drops a game, they're saying. So it's just been a problem with their receiving core.
Yeah, you got to start with building all the pieces, and they got a good one. Now they got to get some pieces around it.
All right, come back after this timeout. We'll talk to head coach Phil Veal. That all comes your way next, all part of the Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Thunderwolves pregame show. And joining me now, head coach Phil Veal. Phil, another just a great win, I thought, last week.
Yeah, I was just really proud of this team, really proud of this ball club. Came out firing and did what we needed to do in the first quarter, got some stops defensively, and then really came on strong in that second quarter to close that first half out. And, in the third and fourth, again, I'm really proud of our club. Instead of, worrying about what the scoreboard says, they came out and they played hard for another 30 minutes, and we were able to get some guys into the game that normally don't get in the game, and in front of a great homecoming crowd and Hall of Fame inductees, and it was a great showing by our club.
Well, I thought in that first quarter you turned what could have been a close game in some respects into kind of a rout there just by that goal line stand and then just turning it on.
It was an unbelievable stop. Josiah Sampleton had a great individual effort, beat his man, was able to get a TFL on a 4th and 1 from the 1 yard line, which was huge for our program, and really gave us a lot of momentum going into that second quarter, and the guys answered and executed.
It's got to be fun right now because it seems like everything you're trying is working. You try the trick play, it works twice. Get a punt return for a touchdown. Try an onside kick. I mean, got to be a little bit fun right now.
Yeah, it's when you're having fun on special teams, it usually means things are going your way. And we had a lot of fun on teams on Saturday. Evan did a great job executing on the onside kick, and we were able to recover that. And then Reese just accelerated. It was awesome to watch his teammates strain and fight, and that was on a punt safe, and you don't usually get touchdowns on punt safe, and he did a great job.
Well, I think your ball club too, you're able to take care of a little discipline problem and win, and kind of sends a message to the rest of the ball club, hey, we got depth. You guys are great, we're important, but we got other guys, so let's tighten it up.
Well, it's next man mentality, next man up, and whether it's injuries or whatever, we've got to be ready to play, and our staff has done a good job of developing and recruiting well, so we have enough depth to be able to go into games and feel comfortable and confident, and no one person or one coach is above the pack, and so that's really the mentality every single week, and next man up, next man ready to rock and roll, and hopefully in the future, as this game goes on, we're able to stay healthy and keep guys in the game that need to be in the game, and keep rocking and rolling.
I think that's probably the thing you got to be most proud of right now is the depth of your ball club, the amount of athletes you've brought in here that can just take over for the next guy.
Yeah, it's pretty special this year. We've got some guys at every position that honestly, backups that would be starting in a lot of places in the country, and buy into a pack mentality, and it's about the team, and are able to put what they want selfishly away for what's the best for the team. And when you have a bunch of guys that have that singular vision, it's a pretty special thing. And so we've got a lot of guys that are willing to do what's best for the team, and that may mean taking some reps that you want to be in the game and giving it to somebody else, because ultimately we want our guys healthy, and we want our guys ready to roll when the end of the season comes around.
You kind of beat me to it. That's the one thing, is having all that depth. That's great, but keeping guys happy, that's the other thing.
Yeah, it's but again, I think we got a bunch of guys that really care about the pack and really see how special this place is, and what we have this year can be really special. And so guys are bought into that, and it's showing in the way that they play. It's showing in the way that their attitudes are off the field and in the meeting rooms and with their teammates, and so it's a special group.
Well, you're facing the Fort Lewis Ball Club this week. As we change gears, this is the team that's trying to find that signature win, that signature week where they can build upon. They finally got over their losing streak. Seems like they're on the upward trend.
They are. Coach Cox has done a really good job of building that team year by year. They're much better this year than they were last year. And you look at the history between Fort Lewis and Csu-Pueblo of all the programs in the RMAC. When Pueblo is rolling, Fort Lewis seems to be the Achilles heel. In 2014, they beat the national championship team at Fort Lewis. In 2017, they were RMAC champs here at Csu-Pueblo, go to Fort Lewis, lose that game. And so we are not taking this team lightly by any means. We've had a great week of preparation, a great week of practice, and I know our boys will be ready for today.
Well, I know Fort Lewis, if you look at their program, in a lot of sections, you look at them like Western Colorado maybe was 10 years ago, kind of in the doldrums, but it's possible. And I'm sure when you look at a program like that, I know you like to focus on your ball club, but we're talking about Fort Lewis, your opponent this week. There's still a light at the end of that tunnel. You just hope it isn't a train, but I think they have a definite chance.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Their quarterback is going to give us issues. He's very athletic, dual threat guy, can run it, can throw it. Really, their entire offense revolves around him. And we've got to have a plan for him. We've got to have a plan for him on third and long, and make sure that we were spying him today and keeping him inside the pocket and making everyone else around him make plays. And so that's really the goal for us on the defensive side is to get after that guy and get after the trigger man, because if he's rolling, he can be an issue, and he's shown that this year. offensively for us, they're going to do a lot in the box to try to disguise some things and confuse us. And so one of our main keys of victory today is great box communication up front, being able to see what they're doing, handling it, changing the protection if need be, getting us into the right run call, and allowing us to get a hat for hat and great angles up front to be able to allow Howard Russell and the gang in the back to do what they do in the run game. So they definitely present some challenges for us that we're going to have to be prepared for today.
I would think this is an exciting week for everybody on your ball club, thinking, hey, if we take care of business, we're going to get a lot of guys and get into this ball game. It should be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, we're not worried about that going into the game. We're worried about executing at a high level. And if the opportunity comes to get some guys in the game, then great. If it doesn't, then we got to take care of what we got to take care of to make sure we win this game.
That's the right answer.
Thank you.
That's why you make the big money. Head coach Phil Vigil, good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right. Phil Vigil back with more of our pregame show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango, Fort Lewis College, here in beautiful southwestern Colorado. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference football today. Thunderwolves on the road to take on the Skyhawks here. Thunderwolves currently in tie for first place atop the conference with Western Colorado. Of course, we don't say Mines anymore, Joe, because Mines lost last week. It's kind of an upheaval in the RMAC. Been, 5 years since they've lost a conference game? So 4 years, I think it is. So
The John Matoka Mines.
And they're back at it again today, and we'll see them in a few weeks down the road. But to make those games more and more important, you got to take care of these games this week and the game next week.
Absolutely. We've heard it all week. We had him on the coaches show Wednesday. We talked to some players that were dialed in, focused. Their theme this year is faceless opponent, and that's a great thing to have. It doesn't matter who you're playing or where. You're going against the guy across from you, and you have to beat him, and you have to do your job. I heard that when we were walking across the field coming back to get on the air. I heard every coach screaming, "Do your job," and they were pointing at just do your job, and that's what they have to do today, because you can't let one of these get away.
Well, we do have some updates as far as personnel for the Thunderwolves. All the suspended players from last week, they're back active today, so you'll hear a lot of more familiar names this week than we did last week, perhaps. But they are going to be missing one piece, vital cornerback.
Yeah, starting cornerback Keith McCaney, a good friend of ours on the show, rolled his ankle in practice on Thursday, late in practice, and it's still tender. We saw him working out before the game, and he wanted to see if he could go. And there's really, if you're going to have to miss a game, they would rather be safe than sorry and re-aggravate it. And it was still too tender to cut on, he said. He said if he absolutely had to go, he could have, but they're going to test their depth a little bit at corner. And one thing we tease at Csu-Pueblo about every week is their depth in their secondary. They bring 50 guys, and 40 of them are DBs.
Yeah, and we should mention Xavier Marshall, who caught a touchdown pass the last two games for the Thunderwolves. One down there at Adams and one last week on the trick play. He's out with a broken foot. They are not sure if he's done for the year or not. They're still waiting to see if they can avoid surgery. If he can avoid surgery, they'll have him back toward the end of the year, hopefully. If not, if he's got to have surgery, then he'll be done and then be back next year. But that's the other lone injury update right now for the Thunderwolves. So all in all, this point in the year, pretty healthy.
Yeah, you're on week 7. Can you believe we're in game 7 this year already? Right. Seems like we just started. And to be as healthy, this just attributes to their depth. When you lose a wideout, Xavier Marshall could be starting on just about any other team in the RMAC, and he's a reserve here, and he's out. And Keith McCaney, I think he started every game. I know he started every game last year. I know he started every game this year. And he played quite a bit the year before that. Right. So he's one of those guys you just lock in at corner. You just pencil in number 25, and you don't think about it, but he's going to miss today's game.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things. If it was truly a huge game, he'd probably go, but I think they're erring on the side of caution for this one. Come back, Joe. I'll give you the keys to victory for today's ball game. That always comes your way next here on the Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Thunderwolves and the Skyhawks getting set to do battle here. Beautiful Durango, Colorado. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference game. Other games in the conference today. Mesa leads Adams State second quarter 10-0. Western Colorado and Black Hills State, they're tied 7-7 midway through the second quarter. Highlands, a little bit of surprise perhaps here. They lead Chadron State 12-10. That's in the third quarter now. We'll keep an eye on that one. Also in the third quarter now, Battle of Smart Guys. Colorado Mines leads South Dakota Mines 28-6. South Dakota Mines just kicked a field goal. Joe, keys to victory for today's ball game. First for the Thunderwolves.
I think Csu-Pueblo needs to get back to the running game a little bit and catch their footing on this turf. You know what? This is a good game for the offensive line to take advantage, shorten the game for the offense, and just get after it.
All right, kickoff coming up here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Our kickoff temperature today will be 73 degrees. They're saying the high could get to 74 by the time the game is over. Do have a little bit of a wind out of the southwest, 10 miles per hour, gusting to 18, so that could be a little bit of a factor here. They're saying no chance for precipitation. There's a few clouds in the area up to the north. When you look over that, one of those most famous passes in Colorado, Joey, up Red Mountain, up that way through the mountains. Coaches and everybody just down there on the field couldn't get over how great the view was.
Well, they're all from Texas.
Yeah.
They're all from the flatlands. They're not used to this.
Exactly right. Joe, finish off your keys to victory for Fort Lewis.
Oh, I think Fort Lewis, they're wearing it on their sleeve. It says championship culture. I think Johnny Cox is doing a great job of turning the culture around. And when you start with that, things will follow. But he's also brought in some players. So if Stonewalker can get some guys to catch a football, and if they can get some little bit of protection, they got a decent chance to have some good offense. Again, CSU Pueblo love to shorten this game just by pounding the running game.
All right, we'll find out all about it. Kickoff is next. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Ray Dennison Memorial Field here on the campus of Fort Lewis College, beautiful Durango, Colorado. Jim Brooks along with Joe Cervi here to bring you the ball game today. Kajal Lang's our producer and engineer. Glad to have you along today on the Thunderwolves broadcast. However you're listening, whether you're driving around in your car or you got your iHeart Radio app or you got your computer there to foxsportspueblo.com, we welcome you to the broadcast. Hope you enjoy it today. And Joe, can't beat this weather. What a great day.
Yeah, again, looking down at my phone, October 12th
Yeah.
in Durango, where it could have been snowy and cold, but it's beautiful today. I keep looking at the wind, though, and it's a different kind of wind, I would think, but it's definitely going to be a factor, at least early, unless it calms down.
Well, kind of the way the stadium sits, we're kind of in a little canyon area here, so it kind of shoots up through here. We're up on the bluff, actually, I guess is the way you say it, but then you've got the foothills behind, so it's kind of a wind tunnel effect here. So we'll just see how that goes, and it's blowing right to left as we look at it. Captain's making their way out to midfield right now, and the Thunderwolves started here. All their players walk out to the numbers now, linked arm in arm across the way. Kind of a nice touch there. Fort Lewis, they've got some of their honorary captains here. We'll keep an eye on the coin toss here.
I like the idea. I like the Skyhawks uniforms are all blue, baby blue helmets, jerseys, and pants, kind of Charger-esque. And the Thunderwolves today are wearing dark blue pants, white tops, and white helmets.
Yeah, it's kind of a good look for the Thunderwolves.
It is. It's one we don't see very often, and it's definitely they look bigger.
Yeah,
And you know why they look bigger, Jim?
because
They are bigger.
That's right. That's
Good God.
They're going to try to lean on the Skyhawks today. That is the number one goal, I'm sure, in this ball game. And I got a kick out of Coach Foskey talking about singing the praises of this quarterback, Stone Walker, and comparing him to the guy down there at Miami and how great he is. And I go, well, okay, all pleasantries aside, what's your goal? He goes, well, hopefully he doesn't last the game.
Well, and he just wants them to earn everything.
Exactly.
CSU Pueblo wins the toss, and they will defer, I imagine. And they did.
You can hear that wind whipping through the referee's mic down there on the field.
And they're going to be
that's coming
kicking
through.
into the wind, with the wind to start the first quarter.
So we'll get a look at the Thunderwolves offense right off the bat. And
You know, throwing with the wind is sometimes harder than throwing into the wind because the ball will just fly on you. Gets up in that jet stream and takes off. So you don't think you can out throw some of these receivers, but you can when the wind is part of the equation.
Although it is quite amazing watching the Thunderwolves quarterbacks, warm up an hour and a half before the ball game. Joe and I kind of sit here and watch them, and I mean, the long passes are always. They're right on the money every single time. I know that's what they're supposed to do. They're practicing and they're not playing against anybody, but it's still amazing the way they were able to just drop it in the bucket.
Well, it's beautiful. We're watching Devin Larson, the starter, and he's got such great touch with the arc.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Roman Fuller, who has just got a dart cannon. Like the ball, his outs and 9 routes and 7 routes, just the ball is there before the receiver knows it.
Yeah, a little different trajectory that they employ out there, but they both are able to get the job done. Whichever quarterback's out there, you feel pretty good about it. And then you probably see a little bit of Stephen Kroll today as well for the Thunderwolves.
And we'll see Steve Kroll probably in a couple different packages. We saw that last week.
Yeah. They've had their ceremony out here at midfield, out there on the Skyhawk logo.
It's the Pink Out Day for breast cancer awareness here for the Skyhawks. And if you go to the hospitality tents, they have the pink bracelets, and some of the players are wearing some pink, and all the support staff as well. So Csu-Pueblo, I think, is next week.
Well, Skyhawks have got their video board in. They were putting it in the last time we were here, and they've got it all up and running. It looks good down there in the corner of the end zone. They've got a little beer garden down here to our left. They're trying to do it up right here, a little fat atmosphere.
Well, I think part of that late start, too. When you start a game at noon, it kind of takes away. People have to get here a little bit too early with this 2 o'clock start. You can come at noon and get in a great tailgate.
Evan Lyons with his big leg to kick things off here for the Pack.
Again, with the wind at his back.
And
that's
no chance.
There's a reason for that.
Right into the beer garden. Kind of like what we had down there at Adams State, kicking into the beer garden down there.
Well, again, most kickers nowadays can kick at that distance anyway, but you get the wind at your back.
Well, Stone Walker is the quarterback. He's thrown for just under 700 yards this year, only 3 touchdown passes. He's their leading ball carrier, though, 63 carries, only 242 officially, but you have to factor in 106 yards lost in sack yardage. He's the real deal. He looks the part back there in the backfield. He's got 2 wideouts right, single wideout left. Lone back is Jamal Johnson on his right hip. Straight drop back, looks over the middle, ball's caught, and that's close to a first down. Just a little quick in route. And it's close to a first down. They're going to give him the first down at the 35-yard line.
Quick hitter like that, an inside route, slant, boom, 10 yards.
On the catch, Micah Lumpkin. He comes out of the ball game. And make another substitution.
And I know they're going to throw the ball quick to negate that pass rush from Csu-Pueblo.
3 men in the backfield here, each 2 backs right behind the tackle. And they got a lone tailback here, kind of a hybrid pistol look. They're going to give the ball up the middle, and nothing there. Thunderwolves have that stop. And A.J. Jordan along with James Turrington on the stop.
Saw A.J. Jordan before the game, and he comes from right up the road in Colorado Springs at Vista Ridge High School. He had the face paint.
Yeah.
Had the face paint today.
2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. 2 wideouts right. Got a fullback in this formation now. There's Aiden Madrid is back there. They fake it in the middle. Here comes a pass. It's batted down. They're saying the ball's loose. Or now they're going to say incomplete. The referee never signaled incomplete, but it looked like pretty obvious it was a forward pass. Obviously not the referee's call there. Thunderwolves with a big rush on the play and hit the quarterback. Ball came squirting out of there.
Yeah, Stone Walker had no shot. That was a jailbreak from Csu-Pueblo.
Scipio and company coming off that defensive right side there. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Walker has hesitated just a minute. He wanted that quick in route on the left side that time. It wasn't there, and when he held it that extra second, he got drilled. Fortunately for the Skyhawks, they keep possession here on 3rd and 10. Straight drop back. Pass down the middle. He'll caught at midfield. What a crab. They talk about these receivers having a tough year, but Calvin Rabb, what a grab that was at midfield. Takes it down to the Thunderwolves' 47-yard line.
Big target. And Stone Walker just stayed in the pocket and let it fly.
And zipped that, and he threw it up high, and Rabb able to get up there and get it into Thunderwolves territory. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. First drive of the game, no score. 13-10 to go here in the first quarter. Trips to the left, double wide out right. Empty backfield this time for Stonewalker. Now brings a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep action. Quarterback keeps it, and he is swallowed up. He should have handed it off. And he's going to be thrown for about a 4-yard loss. Scipio,
and ramming,
along with ramming back there, take him down for a 4-yard loss. And they brought the man lined up on the wing, actually a tailback, went in motion across the formation. They faked the handoff to Johnson. Should have given it to him. 2nd and 14 now, back in Skyhawk territory now on their own 49. 2 wideouts left, single wideout right. Extra back in the backfield. That again is Madrid, the fullback. Johnson is the back. Now they shift the formation. He goes on the left hip. Now they shift Madrid over to the left side. Thunder will show blitz, and they come through, but able to avoid the rush and get forward for a good run there. You see some of the talent right there by Stone Walker, able to get away from pressure and get it into Thunderwolves territory down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Jimmy, Stone Walker just almost sidestepped Cody Ramming and was able to pick up a good chunk on that.
He's a very physical quarterback. He looks the part back there, Joe.
Yeah, he gets a little bit thicker. He's going to be dangerous.
So it's 3rd down now and 7 for the Skyhawks at the Thunderwolves 44-yard line. Already converted one big 3rd down on this drive, trying to do it again here. And they give it in the middle. Flag is down. Back is down. Now gets up thinking his knee hadn't hit, but the whistle is blown as they give the ball to Johnson. Penalty flags here. Could be offside on the Thunderwolves or illegal formation. Let's see what they call here. Offside against the Thunderwolves. So that'll mark it off 5 yards and makes it 3rd and manageable now. 3rd and 2.
Looks like somebody maybe on the edge was just over the line of scrimmage.
So now the Skyhawks go to the little muddle huddle right next to the line of scrimmage here. Walker has the play call and now gives it to his players. Man, they're right next to the line of scrimmage. Now they break out of there in a hurry. 3rd and 2. Low snap, but it's handled. They look left, fire down the left sideline, incomplete. Good coverage over there on the left side by the Thunderbolts by Eli Pittman.
Guessing you throw that play if you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Pittman kind of jammed his man coming off the line of scrimmage, who was Solomon Latimer, and just screwed up the timing on that play. So now 4th and 2 for the Skyhawks from the Thunderbolts 39-yard line.
They brought in 2 extra tight ends.
They have one lone wide receiver wide to the right here. That's Thomas. Now they split a guy out to the left as well. Unbalanced to the left side here. Low snap, but it's handled. Flag is down again. Could the Thunderbolts been lined up offside again? We'll find out here. They threw the quarterback for a loss of about 4 here, but now we await the signal. Offside against the Thunderwolves.
Somebody must be trying to get that little bit of an edge on the left side, because the head linesman has called that play. He's called it twice now in a row.
So now 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. That's like a mini turnover right there as they keep possession of the ball now at the 34-yard line of the pack. No score here, 11-17 to go in the first quarter. Walker looks it over. He's got 2 wideouts right, single wideout left. Johnson on his left hip. Low snap goes right through his legs. Flag down again.
He was offside again.
Pass down the left side, and it's incomplete. But again, the Thunderwolves most likely offside again.
It was the nose. Who was ever in the nose? I'm guessing it was Josiah Sampleton was on the nose, just leaned over. And Herm Smith is not happy with his defensive front right now. That's 3 offsides on this drive alone for Csu-Pueblo.
So instead of a disastrous play, ends up being a positive play on the penalty. 1st and 5 now for Fort Lewis. 3 offside penalties on the drive here so far. Now we have a bit of a timing issue. Now we're ready to go. Low snap again. It's fumbled. It's loose, and it's covered up by the tailback this time, Jamal Johnson. There have been several low snaps on this possession, and that time Walker unable to handle it. But alertly, Johnson covers it up. Going to lose yardage on the play back to the 33-yard line.
Okay, he'll get credit for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, so a loss of 4. So now it's 2nd down and 9. No score. 10:35 to go here in the first quarter. First drive of the game for the Skyhawks. Trips to the right this time. Low snap again, but it's handled. Pass right side, caught. Inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. Little out pattern over here on the right side to Jameel Humphrey. Relatively short gain. He'll be 4 yards short of the first down. He got it down to the 28. They need the 24 for the 1st and 10. 4 down territory, you got to think here.
Thomas Webb on the coverage there was a good play, but it just was trailing that crossing route the whole time.
So they're taking 5 minutes off the clock here on this first drive of the game, have the Skyhawks. They go trips left this time.
That's how you shorten games, right there.
Single wide out right. One back in the backfield on the right hip of Stone Walker, the quarterback. Takes the snap, looks left. Here comes pressure. Scipio's after him, and he has him back at the 35-yard line. Stone Walker probably felt like he could run away from this guy, but Scipio's not your average defensive end.
No, that was a backside stack and pursuit the entire way. Again, one of the problems we were told with Fort Lewis this year has been their offensive line, and that was a great example of that.
So the loss is all the way back to the 36-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 12. Skyhawks leave their offense out there, though. They're not going to try the field goal. Of course, it'll be kicking into a brisk wind here. Thunderbolts close to jumping offside this time, but they get back onside, and nobody reacted on the Fort Lewis side. If they had, they probably would have got the free 5 there.
This might be a quick kick.
And it is a quick punt. And it hits down at the 18, takes a Fort Lewis bounce inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So Stone Walker took the snap from shotgun formation, pooch punt, and the Thunderbolts will take over at their 14-yard line. This should be a media timeout. Let's see if they're going to give it to us here. Media timeout. Timeout on the field. No score. Thunderwolves and the Skyhawks on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back here to Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Joe, we've already had our first wind casualty of the day.
Yeah, poor Ben Greenberg, the CSU Pueblo SID, was sitting under a canopy, and it's gone.
It's blown over. So Ben's going to have himself a sunburn by the end of this day. Somebody get that man some sunblock. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves, their first drive of the game here. It starts from their own 14-yard line. So Fort Lewis, number one job to pull off an upset, shorten the game. And so far, they took 6 minutes off the clock there on their first drive of the game. And here's the pitch on the right side to Russell. Trying to stretch it out, cuts back inside. Gets forward for about 4 yards on a play. Looks like about the 18-yard line. Very patient run that time. Fort Lewis able to string it out.
Yeah, that's one thing we've talked about Howard Russell all season is he doesn't just go. He kind of waits to see what develops. They only gave him a couple on that.
Yeah, they say his knee was down back here at the 16. So 2nd down and 8. Here's a snap. Looking over the middle, firing it. Caught. Good play here. Getting forward for the Thunderwolves. Reggie Retzlaff out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. First down for the Thunderwolves. Retzlaff with a good grab there. Just a little square in.
Nice story on ESPN this morning on his brother Jake, who's the starting quarterback at BYU, playing today on Yom Kippur.
1st and 10. Give it to Russell up the middle. Puts his head down. He's hit hard as he comes across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Good physical run there that time. He'll pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Now, if there is a mismatch in this game, you just look at the line play. The Thunderbolts' offensive line, much bigger than Fort Lewis. Should be able to push them around today. That's the goal anyway. Double wide out left. Straight drop back, looking left. Another square in, out pattern, caught by Retzlaff. Little spin move. Tries to get forward. He's close to the first down. Looks like he gets it when he stretches out to the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. It is a first down for the Pack. Wouldn't call it run after the catch, but spin move after the catch got him the first down.
He used all of his 6'3" frame to stretch that ball out.
He'll line up wide to the right this time. Rakowski in the slot to the right. Toscas is wide to the left. Stephen Kroll's in the game here. He lines up in the backfield on the left hip here, Larson. Now he goes in motion to the right side. They look right, fire it right. Now he fakes the pass. He'll run it across the 40, 45 to the sideline, 50-yard line. I don't think he ever had any inclination to throw the ball there. He just gave the little pump fake because he wears that quarterback number, Joe, and he just ran it up the field for the first down.
Yeah, that was muscle memory, that pump fake. He says, I'm a quarterback. I'm going to fake it.
So it's out to midfield. Thunderwolves on their first drive of the game. 6.5 minutes to go here. First quarter, no score. Thunderwolves made substitutions, so Fort Lewis allowed to match. Now we're ready to go. And they give it up the middle to Russell. A little hesitation move. Gets inside the 45 down to about the 44-yard line. Picks up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
The best friend of Devin Larson in the passing game is Howard Russell. 6 yards of carry as a tailback.
Toscas and Rakowski wide left this time. They go over the middle to the tight end. And a good play there. It's always a good play when you go to Tyler Dvorak. There's your 32 tight end hot, Joe. That's the play we wanted to start the game. They asked us what we wanted.
32 tight end hot, and that was literally the hot route for Csu-Pueblo. Quick pitch to Tyler Dvorak right over the middle.
Ball down to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Single wide out right, double wide out left here for the Pack. Russell remains the back. Fake it to him. They look left. Here comes pressure, gets the pass away. And Rakowski has it close to the first down. He ran a little out pattern right at the sticks. Made a good grab, and it is a first down at the 20-yard line. So Larson very sharp here in the early going.
Yeah, just kind of, and these are easy throws. There's nothing real difficult about it. Not getting the ball up in the jet stream, just kind of picking and choosing. He had time that time. It was pressure from the backside, but the big right tackle was able to keep him away.
This time Rakowski goes out to the right with Retzlaff. Toscas wide to the left. Russell the lone back here on 1st and 10. They give it to Russell, and he's hit from behind, but carries a tackler forward for 3 down to the 17-yard line. Almost broke free there.
Yeah, he was one step away from going to the house.
Clinging for dear life was the strong safety, Trenton Sullivan there, but not before Russell picks up 3. Maybe 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Straight drop back. Pass to the end zone. Dvorak missed it. Looked like he stumbled at about the 2-yard line. Couldn't quite recover, and the ball went off his fingertips. Incomplete.
That was a blown coverage by the Skyhawks. Both guys stayed with the up guy, and the tight end snuck free.
Yeah, Dvorak just a little stumble there as he went across the 2-yard line. Couldn't quite get there. Had his hands on it, but couldn't secure it. 3rd and 6 now for the Thunderwolves from the 17-yard line. They need the 11 for the first down. Russell on the right hip this time of Larson. They bring Dvorak in motion to left side. They look left. They fire down the middle to the end zone, incomplete, trying to get it to Toscas. And it's 4th down. The Thunderwolves have to send the field goal unit out.
That was not a good throw by Devin Larson because Toscas was breaking free. Maybe he rushed it just a hair.
Yeah, looked a little high and wide. The throw earlier to the tight end was not that bad. Just Dvorak just kind of stumbled, kind of screwed up the timing on the play. So it'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt here. It will be Evan Lyons. His long on the season is 35 yards. Good snap, ball's down, kick is up. It's on the way, and it is no good. He pushed it wide to the right. So the Thunderwolves' kicking woes continue. 4:26 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Visit Pueblo is a department within the Greater Pueblo Chamber of Commerce. It serves as the official convention and visitors bureau for Pueblo County, specializing in destination marketing. The fundamental mission of Visit Pueblo is to attract and promote leisure and business travel that generate overnight lodging and economic impact. In addition, the Visit Pueblo team provides communication, collaboration, and resources for our local tourism and hospitality industry. They connect locals and visitors alike to the amenities Pueblo and Southern Colorado have to offer. Pueblo Chamber of Commerce, proud sponsor of Thunderwolves Athletics.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars.
Missed our media timeout.
They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce.
Missed a media timeout.
Well, here, not us. We got to
what are you
take it,
waiting
but
for?
I'll just
Try 'em
recreate the play.
You heard him. We need to go try these Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
I'm yelling at the people in the press box.
Drive like the wind, Debbie. Enjoy delicious new Crazy Puffs on the go for just $3.99. Only
Okay,
at Little
going here.
Caesars.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Here's a look down the middle. Pass caught. First down. Breaking free inside the 50. 45, 30, 25, 20. What a play down the middle here by the Skyhawks. Came on 2nd down and 1. Big play to the wide receiver. And, boy, you can see the talent of this Stone Walker, the arm talent, Joe. He is pretty good. Solomon Latimer on the run.
Yeah, just a little seam route to Solomon Latimer. And then they broke 2 tackles on his way down.
So it's all the way down to the Thunderwolves' 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. No score here in the first quarter. 3:15 to go. Bring a man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 20, inside the 15. Has the first down and more. Tiptoes down the sideline and knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line is Stone Walker. Fort Lewis clicking on all cylinders here. Trying to get the first score of the game.
And what did Kate Foskey tell us, the defensive coordinator for CSU Pueblo? You can't miss tackles on this kid. He's too good.
So it's 1st and goal now for the Skyhawks at the 6-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Might be the 5, trying to see across the way there.
They put it on the 6.
Nope, okay, now they've adjusted the scoreboard. I thought maybe I was seeing things. Lone back is Johnson. Low snap, and it's given up the middle. Close to the goal line. Thunderwolves trying to stop him. They push, and they stop him at about the 2. Like a rugby scrum in there, but the Thunderwolves defense able to hold up. But a decent run that time by Johnson. It'll make it 2nd and goal from the 2. Down to 2:10 to go here in the first quarter.
The snap has been a problem for the Skyhawks so far in this quarter. Luckily, it hasn't hurt them.
Stone Walker obviously might have had some shortstop back in his day. He's been fielding some tough grounders here. 2nd and goal. Good snap this time. They give up the middle, and Thunder will stuff him. Good play there by the Pack. Turrentine coming through there.
You never know if it's Turrentine or Sampleton until they get up, because they're these 2 refrigerators that play over the nose.
So no gain on the play. Might have actually lost a couple on that play. Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 4. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 4. And again, Skyhawks, the modern way of football. You run shotgun, you stay in shotgun, even in the goal line situation. Kind of a tight formation. Bring a man in motion across to the right side. Now he'll reset. Take the snap. They look right. Fire over the middle. And a pass caught for the touchdown. What a nice little laser shot in there to Jameel Humphrey, and the Skyhawks are on the board.
There was not going to be a drop on that one. That ball was impaled. He threw it so perfectly.
So the Skyhawks have an early lead with 1:02 to go here. Not so early anymore, as they've taken most of the time off the clock here in this first quarter. Extra point try upcoming. And the kick is up, and it is good. Got 1:02 to go here in the first quarter. And that was a great drive by the Skyhawks on first down when they missed. They missed our media timeout here, so we apologize, but it was a 9-yard gain for the Skyhawks. Then they hit the second down play, the big play down the middle of the field, and they take care of business in the red zone.
Again, CSU Pueblo, poor tackling on this drive and great execution by Stone Walker. And we were told about drops before the game.
Yeah.
About that's been a big problem. That receiver had no chance to drop the ball. He threw that ball so hard.
Yeah, they've been very good here so far in this game, have been their receiving core, but the balls have been right on the money. So everything we've heard about this Stone Walker has been right on the money. There was no fluff in that scouting report.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
7-0 Skyhawks. Yes, that's right. 7-0 Skyhawks at the end of the first quarter here. That was a textbook drive or first quarter for Fort Lewis there, taking time off the clock.
2-1 in time of possession. 10 minutes to 5.
Thunderwolves trying to answer now. 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line of Fort Lewis. This is the Thunderwolves' second drive of the game. Missed a field goal on their first drive after the drive stalled. Russell the lone back. Retzlaff wide to the right, Toscas wide to the left. Now the tight ends both shifted. They're both in the game at the same time here to the right side of the formation. Take the snap. They give it to Russell. He puts his head down right straight ahead. Goes for the first down, but looked like he was hit by the safety just short. Good play coming up in run support there for the Skyhawks. Elijah Portella, sophomore out of Peoria, Arizona. Stopped him a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Might be the smallest guy on the field. Makes a big hit.
And they give it to Russell. Puts his head down. He's got the first down inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 pack. Thunderwolves going lightning package here, trying to pick up the pace of this game.
Got Tyler Dvorak with Reggie Retzlaff for that wide receiver screen.
Yeah, he's out there to run interference here, but he takes off straight down the sideline. Now it'll be down the end zone to Lucky. He trips himself. Had an easy touchdown, but he kind of stumbled at the goal line when he tried to spin to make an adjustment.
You know, Curtis Luckett hasn't been targeted that much this year comparatively to the other weapons that CSU Pueblo has, and that ball was thrown just a hair high.
But both times that Larson's elected to go to the tight end for a touchdown shot, both times the tight end stumbled. Could have easily have 2 touchdown passes so far. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Nigel Mitchell into the game. He's with Retzlaff wide to the right. Toscas wide to the left. And they're going to fake it to Russell down the middle. Incomplete. Pass sailed high and wide that time, trying to get it to Toscas. Boy, this just has that feel, Joe. We've been here a couple times in Durango, just the gremlins that come out for Thunderwolves football here.
Devin Larson just didn't seem to set his feet. He had time. I don't know what his rush was on that.
3rd and 10. Now the Skyhawks show blitz. Now the Thunderwolves will get out of that play as they look over to the sideline to change the play call up here. Here on 3rd and 10. Larson looks it over. Takes the snap. Here comes pressure off the edge. Steps up. Fires it. Caught. Good grab there by Retzlaff. He is right at the sticks. Let's see if they give him the yardage. Yep, they forward progress.
They gave him 10.
And it is a first down. He caught it right at the sticks. The question was, were they going to give him that forward progress? They do, so it's 1st and 10. Thunderwolves go hurry up. They look right side. Mitchell has it. And, boy, there's a lot of bodies colliding there as Retzlaff was throwing the block over here on the side. And that wide receiver screen goes for a loss of a yard.
It was a great play by Jordan Thomas from Fort Lewis. Just kind of blew up everything that was over there.
Yeah,
Good
he's
job at corner for the Skyhawks.
Just to take on the block, and he knocked Retzlaff right back into Mitchell. Nigel comes out of the ball game now. Reese Robinson checks in for the first time for the Thunderwolves. He's out there with Rakowski and Toscas wide to the left. Retzlaff is wide to the right. Russell the lone back here on 2nd and 11. Straight drop back, fade route, looking to the end zone. It's caught, but looks like he's out of bounds. Retzlaff did catch it out of bounds. Good play by the cornerback there, just forcing him off the edge by Jordan Thomas. He's had good series here.
He uses that sideline as a second defender. Ball was already thrown out of bounds. You got to give your receiver a chance.
So now 3rd and 11 for the Thunderwolves. Ball is at the 18-yard line. They need the 7 for the first down. Lucky Dude checking into the game. Thunderwolves look a little bit confused here. Now they get set. Toscas wide to the left. Rakowski in the slot. Lucky Dude is just a little bit further inside in the slot. Retzlaff wide to the right. And they fake it to Russell. Now they roll the pocket left. Fire to the goal line. Too high. He had Toscas open. The pass sails high and incomplete. So the Thunderwolves have to send the field goal unit in again. Boy, as sharp as Larson was early, Joe, he's kind of lost it here the last little bit.
And from here, though, that ball looked catchable. That looked like it went right through Taylor Tosca's hands. New kicker now. This is Jacob Willig.
This will be that magic number for the Thunderwolves, another 35-yard attempt. They've missed a 35-yarder earlier. But as Joe mentioned earlier, it was Evan Lyons. This time, it's Jacob Willig. Ball's down. Kick is up. On the way, and it is good. So the Thunderwolves get on the board. 13:06 to go here in the second quarter. It is 7-3 in favor of the Skyhawks. We'll keep it right here. Well, Thunderwolves showed some life on that drive, Joe, but toward the end there, just a couple breakdowns.
Sometimes I don't want to say it's arrogance, but sometimes you just sit back there and think that you are invincible. You just take shot after shot. But those passes were not good in that drive, Jim. And we may be seeing – I know we were going to see Stevie Kroll, and I know we're going to see Roman Fuller. Now, just when we do is the key.
Yeah, they talked about Roman Fuller perhaps on the third series in this game, and we're already into the second quarter, and they've only had 2 possessions so far. Thunderwolves have moved it both times. The first time, missed a field goal. This time, they make one. They trail it 7-3. Well, one thing's been accomplished here. The Skyhawks have got themselves in a ball game here with 13:06 to go in the second quarter. And indeed, I see Roman Fuller across the way is warming up, so he is definitely going to get the third series. I think that was the plan going in anyway, regardless of what was going to happen. Here's the kick. And even into the wind, he drives it.
Yeah, that was Evan Lyons kicking off, and he's handled all the kickoff duties this year. He has a much stronger leg, I think, than Jacob Willig.
So the ball come out to the 25-yard line. Fort Lewis, they've moved the ball on both their possessions so far in the game. They've got a touchdown to show for it. They had to settle for the pooch punt on their first possession of the game when the Thunderwolves able to bow up, and Fort Lewis not confident in trying that field goal earlier. So this drive will start from the 25, working with the wind. Wind kind of gusty. It's kind of laid down right now. It's just kind of intermittent. Now they're having a problem with the play clock. They didn't have it set correctly. They keep the official. Nobody's paying attention to the referee here. There we go. All right, now here it is. They fake the sweep. They look right, fire it right, and intercept it. Thunderwolves coming up with the pick on the sideline there. Great play by Dramani Jackson.
Gets the pick. Tipped it to himself, Jim.
Yeah, he kind of played volleyball there for a little bit.
Well, you were looking for a spark defensively from Csu-Pueblo. There it is.
So now we'll indeed see if Fuller checks into the game here to play this possession. I think that was the plan anyway, coming into the game, to give the third possession of the game to Fuller, and he indeed does come out here. So it'll be 1st and 10 Thunderwolves from the Skyhawk 33-yard line following the interception by Jackson. Dramani, the redshirt freshman, out of the Martin Luther King Prep Academy up there in Denver. Fuller with Russell on his right hip. Got Toscas wide to the right. They give it into the middle to Russell. A little hesitation move. Now fires through there for about 8. He kind of just came to a complete stop, like they're trying to sell the fake, and then took off again.
Yeah, he's like that, though. He'll stay behind those offensive linemen, play possum a little bit, and then go.
2nd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves. Fuller takes a snap, screen pass left, got through it, and all this double pass play to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown! The big tight end, Dvorak, hauls it in. They threw a pass out to the left side. It was a backwards pass
to Rakowski.
And Rakowski fires it down the sideline for the touchdown.
The Loveland Lightning Bolt gets a touchdown pass.
Well, we've seen that play just last week, but last week it was Fuller throwing it to Kroll, and then Kroll launching it down the sideline. This time they throw it out to Rakowski, and he sends it deep. Waiting to see if Fort Lewis might want to challenge that one, but evidently not. It was close to not being a backwards pass. It was right down the line there.
Now Evan Lyons is in for the extra point.
Ball's down, kick is up. And it is good. So just when you're starting to panic maybe a little bit, Thunder will say, don't panic. And they're up 10-7. That's got to be a gut punch to Fort Lewis, Joe, when you get out to the great start they've gotten off to in this game, and then you give up a quick 10 like that.
Well, you turn the ball over. And what can you not do against a very good football team is turn the ball over. And Csu-Pueblo, like a good team did, is make them pay.
Boy, what a pass that time by Rakowski.
I don't think we gave enough credence to the interception by Drummond Jackson. That was a great interception.
Yeah, he undercut the route beautifully, got his hand on it, and as you mentioned, just kind of batted it up the air and stayed with it, batted it a second time, and the third time he put his mitts around it and secured it right over there on the Thunderwolves sideline, and they celebrated with him. So perhaps Roman Fuller gets a hockey assist there, Joe, at the first pass, even though it was a backwards pass.
Well, we were teasing him. I mean, he led the nation in pass completion percentage because he played over 3 games and didn't throw an incomplete pass. That streak finally came to an end.
Yep, 20 for 22 on the year is one Roman Fuller.
And when he did throw an incomplete pass, we knew he wasn't any good.
Exactly. Here's the kick. High booming kick. And, boy, it still sails deep into the end zone. This Evan Line, he has got a leg. That's into the wind. So Fort Lewis will start this drive from their own 25-yard line, now trailing the game 10-7. Had the early 7-0 lead. Held the Thunderwolves to a field goal in the next drive. But then an interception by Jackson set the Thunderwolves up. Took them 2 plays to get it into the end zone.
You know, that wasn't really a trick play because Csu-Pueblo runs those kind of plays all the time, but it was a gadget play. I remember Sonny Lubick used to say, if you're resulting in a trick plays, you've already lost. But that was a gadget play.
So, ball on the left hash mark. Stone Walker, we'll see how he adjusts after throwing the pick on the last possession. Takes the snap, fires a screen pass right side, drop. That might be a live ball. Thunderwolves pick it up. You can run that on into the end zone. And now they signal incomplete. Boy, that looked like a backwards pass to me.
It sure looked like a backward pass.
Man, oh man. Love to see the replay on that one. They'll never put it up on the board here, I wouldn't think.
It looked like he threw it behind him. But we don't hear the whistle. Yeah. So maybe it was blown right away too.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. If I was a betting man, I would say that no doubt about it, that was a lateral. But can't think about it now. 2nd and 10, low snap. Handoff around the right side. Thunderwolves string it out, and they take the man down right at the line of scrimmage.
Gary Seidenberger you're not going to run left to right on Gary Seidenberger.
That was the backup tailback, Guevara, into the ball game. Goes nowhere. Loses a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now from the 24-yard line for the Skyhawks. 10-7, Thunderwolves on top. 11:50 to go here in the second quarter. Now they shift the formation. Now they may be a major of an illegal shift here. I don't know if that guy was set before the man came in. Well, they both set anyway. Straight drop back. They look left, fire over the middle, caught. Well short of the first down. They talk about all the drops that Fort Lewis has had this year, but that was a tough grab there. That was stuck by the receiver, Calvin Robb, but well short of the first down. He had an incredible catch earlier in this game.
Well, he held on to it, and he got hit by Noah Purcell, who we know for Csu-Pueblo is one of their bigger hitters.
Ball's at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down and 7.
Zach Rakowski back to punt. He sat out last week's game, and Reese Robinson took one to the house.
Villavicencio is the punter. How much is his name? Oh, high snap. He handles it. Gets the kick away and booms it out of there with the wind. And Rakowski lets it sail over his head into the end zone. There is your basic, 73-yard punt?
Wind aided, but still what?
72-yard punt. The line of scrimmage was the 28. So Thunderwolves will start from their own 20-yard line.
Great punt. And it turned over. Those are when you know it's great.
Well, the big, rugged Thunderwolves offensive line makes their way out onto the field. That's the big mismatch in this game. You just look at the line they trot out there against the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves are behemoths compared to Fort Lewis up front.
But Fort Lewis holding their own.
Trips to the right, double wide out left, empty backfield this time. Fuller stays in the game, fires it over the middle, caught by Retzlaff out of the 40-yard line. There's that arm strength from Roman Fuller. Man, Joe, that was, you could hang laundry on that one, right?
Get him in stride.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Same formation. Fuller takes the snap. Looks left, fires it left. Caught again by Retzlaff up the sideline. Breaks a tackle inside the 40. Breaks another tackle. It breaks another tackle inside the 30. Breaks another tackle inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Can you say making up for lost time?
Man, oh man, Retzlaff refusing to go down. Thunderwolves go to their lightning package. Hurry up. Same formation. Thought Fort Lewis might take a timeout, and they do. They take a timeout on defense. They need one. 10:03 to go here in the second quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 10-7 on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Thunderwolves facing a 1st down and 10 now at the 17-yard line of the Skyhawks. Now we have a little delay. We weren't sure we were going to get that. Now we're ready to go. Again, the same formation here for Fuller. Straight drop back, looks over the middle, pump fake, now goes to the back corner of the end zone, just threw that one away. He wanted to come across the middle on the post pattern to Retzlaff. They had him bracketed and did the smart thing there, lived to play another day.
His arm is impressive even when he's throwing the ball away.
Kennedy Lewis into the game, lines up wide to the right for the Thunderwolves. Toscas in the slot to the right. Double tight end set here as both Lucky Do and Dvorak are into the ball game. They line up on the left side. Here comes a safety blitz. They pick it up. Fade route. Toscas in the corner, and it's broken up.
That's great defense by Fort Lewis.
Cameron Lewis, a sophomore out of Mullen High School in Parker, Colorado. Deflected that one.
He timed his jump just perfect because if he doesn't, Taylor catches that ball.
So now it's 3rd and 10 for the Thunderwolves. Pack lead at 10-7. Lewis now will come out of the ball game. You get Retzlaff back in there. Murkowski back in as well. They do leave Dvorak in to play tight end on the right side. He goes in motion to the right side. They look right. Pump fake that way. Now looking over the middle, firing into the back of the end zone for Dvorak, incomplete.
Thought there might have been pass interference on that because he was following Dvorak to the ground.
Thunderwolves will send the field goal unit out here.
I'm sure Phil Vigil does not want to be settling for field goals at this point in the game. One, because you want touchdowns. Two, because they are not guaranteed with this.
Yeah, exactly. This will be a little bit shorter than the original one. This will be a 34-yard attempt. They've missed a 35-yarder. They've made a 35-yarder.
Willig again.
Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. It's on the way. Looks true, and it is. So the Thunderwolves cash in a field goal with 9:48 to go here in the first half. Extends the lead to 13-7 in favor of the Thunderwolves. So, Joe, we know Dave Robinson likes to listen, our favorite dentist friend of the broadcast, but this is kind of like a trip to the dentist right now. It's a little uncomfortable, but I think the dentist trip is going to be eventually all right as soon as they get everything done. But when you're in there and the drill's going on, you're uncomfortable.
The Novocaine is still trying to take effect, is where we're at right
Exactly.
now. So you still feel a little pain, a little dirge. But I will give 100% credit to Fort Lewis. Their kids are playing hard, and it's fun to watch. And Stone Walker, he's as good as advertised.
Yeah, he is. Definitely good. Oh, you got to love it in October in Durango when the sun is out, Joe.
I'm telling you, this has been phenomenal weather for this late in the season.
Sometimes I'm just left speechless.
Well, the scenery is magnificent. What are you going to say? It's just
What are you going to
magnificent.
say? How are you going to describe that?
It's just magnificent. And what I like about this right now for CSU Pueblo is they're fighting.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to weather the storm a little bit because you're getting everybody's good best punch anyway. You do every week, so you might as well get used to that.
Now, speaking of giving best punches out, let's punch Billy Sable right in the gut. You know why?
What?
It's his birthday.
Oh, well, there you go.
Happy birthday, Billy. I think he's 60. He should be 63 today.
He's older than you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a proud class of 79. I'm an 80er. No, he might be 64 because I turned 63 in November. I think Billy just turned 64 today. Happy birthday, Billy.
Time to retire.
Yep. He's right on the cusp. Here's the kick. And that'll sail out the back of the end zone. Well, Joe, I've heard different people talk because, we start to hear those conversations now. They're saying really to maximize your take and with average lifespan and everything, they say 63 is when you should take Social Security.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen with me either. I just don't want to take a pay cut.
Well, I also don't have anything else to do.
Right. What else are we going to do?
My
right?
job.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's a flag down on the play at the 11-yard line here. When the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, well, you hate to get an illegal block call when you have no chance of the return. At least that's what you assume the call is going to be here. Officials have their notepads out and writing things down. Here's the call, dead ball. Personal foul against the Thunderwolves.
Again, every penalty.
It's each team. So alternating calls.
They just were mixing it up a little bit.
I always remember in the old days when they would have marked off half the distance and then marked off the full 15.
Yeah.
Thunderwolves would have been a loser on the play. Instead, it starts at the 25-yard line. Side judge over there talking with Phil Vigil. Phil is kind of walking away from him, doesn't want to hear what he's selling and advertising over there. Phil is not a happy man right now.
Dominic Feeney looks like he's just ready to explode. Defensive lineman for CSU Pueblo.
Walker takes the snap, gives it off the left side. Spin move. Good tackle there. I looked like Seidenberger got his hand right on the ankle. Saved a big play there.
Well, that cutback was there, that little zone read. Cutback was there, but Seidenberger shoestring tackle.
Handoff was to Cameron Mack, who has only averaged 3 yards a carry this year. Limited action, 20 carries, make it 21 now. Did gain 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Skyhawks. They send a man in motion to the right side. That's Rob. And the low snap. It's loose on the deck. It's picked up by Walker. Running for his life. Comes over the middle. Caught to Rab at the 30-yard line. That was crazy. As Stone Walker, he wasn't ready for the snap. And it was low anyway, but he made a great recovery, able to pick it up and get a good gain on the play.
Well, because I don't think the snap count, the only one who got the snap count there was the center. Nobody else moved.
And they're very fortunate that Walker was able to get a leg on it to slow it down there. That could have ball, if it misses completely, that could have went out the back of the end zone. So now it's 3rd and 5, or it could have been even worse for Fort Lewis. Thunderwolves might have been able to chase it down and cover it. 3rd and 5. Quads to the left here. Now they're going to send a man in motion toward the formation. And now Thunderwolves want a timeout. They haven't seen that formation, and they take one here. We'll keep it here. But that was a squirrely formation. Trips to the left were on the hash mark, Joe. Then they had another wide receiver over here on the number. So, in effect, they had 4 wide to the left. But then they sent a man in motion toward the formation, and it just looked screwy. And I think that's what it looked screwy to the Thunderwolves coaching staff. Say, we're not in the right defense here.
And something like that leads me to believe that's Stone Walker's play, that he's going to call his own number, and they didn't have the bodies for that set up.
Interesting the way the Thunderwolves huddle up here on a timeout with their defense. They got all the DBs in one huddle, and then they have the linemen, and I'm assuming it's the linebackers. It's the linebackers line up with the linemen, and the secondary are in their own little huddle.
It's a class system.
So they all break out of there, and then they pick which 11 guys are going to go out on the field.
Well, I know who wants to be on the field. Number 9 and number 20 don't ever want to come off the field, ever.
And guess who's out of the game right now?
No, they're both in.
I think Scipio's out, isn't he?
No, I think he's over there, isn't he?
No,
He's not.
Yeah, he's over there across the way. Yeah, Ramming's in the game on the right side.
When I say 9 and 20, that's Ramming and Scipio, by the way, for those of you with your rosters at home. Typical mistake of a broadcaster.
3rd and 10. Bring a man in motion across the formation. Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback going to keep it, and he's hit immediately. Got forward for maybe a yard on the play. It's Stone Walker. Kind of like a quarterback draw there. You fake the jet sweep, and then he wants to take it right up the middle and try to spring it, but the Thunderbolts defense, and it's tough to make any living against James Turrentine.
Just too big a body in there, and moving people around. These defensive linemen should have been astronauts because they take up space.
4th and 4. Villavicencio is the punter. High snap, but he somehow snags it and gets the punt away. Angles it toward the left, hits at the 30, hits to the 20. Now Rakowski picks it up, 25-30, and gets out of bounds.
Self-preservation, running to the sidelines.
Villavicencio, a great snag there of that snap. That's the second time he's had to haul one in. We got all kinds. That's my. If I'm making a recruiting sheet for Fort Lewis, I'm saying get me a guy that can snap on the shotgun. I'm getting a long snapper. I mean, well, we don't want to rely on walk-ons right there.
Well, and it's funny you say that. We haven't talked about Braden Starmer all season long for Csu-Pueblo, which tells you Csu-Pueblo's long snapper has been
he's
fine.
doing his job. So Thunderbolts take over. They lead the game 13-7. 7:40 to go here in the second quarter.
Devin Larson back in at quarterback.
Trips to the left, single wide out right. And they give it to Russell up the middle. He's hit, but breaks a tackle, puts his head down, and gets forward for about 9 on the play. They're going to say his knees down back here at the 38-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
He's got to be averaging 6 yards or 7 yards a carry.
He's always a threat to take one the distance, that's for sure. Both tight ends bunch up on the left side. They run it up the middle. Now cutting back to the left side is Russell. Cuts back in. Oh, little move there. Look at that. Fumbles the football, but I think he got on top of it. I think he fell right on it. But Fort Lewis says it's their ball. No signal as of yet. And Fort Lewis has it. So Russell with the fumble, and the Skyhawks recover at the 48-yard line. Thunder was arguing about it, saying they had it and then was ripped away on the bottom of the pile. Well, that argument isn't going to hold water. And now Fort Lewis takes over on the Thunderbolt side of the field.
You know, you go for that extra effort. You can't fault the guy for – there was nothing there, and he was about to make 6 or 7 yards. But lots of things happen when you go for that extra couple yards.
So 1st and 10 Skyhawks from the Thunderbolt's 48-yard line. So quick change here. Thunderbolts lead at 13-7. 7:06 to go in the second quarter. Stone Walker comes up to the line of scrimmage, changes the play call. Straight drop back. Over the middle, caught and hit hard. Tiger Pride along with Seidenberger on the hit.
That was an inside linebacker sandwich, but it was after 7-yard gain.
Nushi getting praise before the ball game when we were down on the field. He just does everything right. 2nd down and about 3. Out pattern left side. Caught right at the sticks. It'll be very close.
He got it.
And they're going to give him the forward spot. 1st down at the 37-yard line. Good delivery that time by Stone Walker. His receivers, they're not missing today.
If I'm Fort Lewis, I'm very encouraged by the way my offense has functioned in the first half today.
Trips to the right. Double wide out left. Look down the middle. Fire down the middle. Incomplete. Daniel Bone coming up there, ready to lay the wood to Solomon Latimer. And Latimer kind of alligator armed that one.
That was the first time we've called Daniel Bone's name today, though. And we're 6 minutes to go in the first half.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Skyhawks from the 37-yard line of the Thunderbolts. 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Pack lead at 13-7. Walker looks it over. Takes the snap. Going to hand it off the left side, trying to get the edge. Turning the corner. Pretty good gain. Gain of about 7 on the play. As that was Cameron Mack.
Able to set the edge there. We don't see the sideline.
Yeah,
he must have tiptoed all the way up.
All the way to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. Double wide out right, single wide out left. Mack. Now they go to the pistol. Low snap, fake it. Over the middle, incomplete. That could be interference. Flag comes down on the Thunderwolves.
Not sure it was, but you're going to get the call on the road.
Yeah, Peyton Shaw was the guilty party for the Thunderwolves. Had the wide receiver all wrapped up. So it'll be a spot foul down to about the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Skyhawks after the interference call. All the flags in this game.
And they're all going against Csu-Pueblo.
Yeah, going against Csu-Pueblo so far in this game.
What did you say, Jim? Know your geography?
Know your geography, but maybe know the way you're playing today. Thunderbolt's a little loose. Had those 3 offside calls earlier in the game when they were lined up offside. 1st and 10. Thunderbolts stun a little bit all across the front. They got the big fullback in the game here. He's in there to run interference. Pass or pitching around the left side. And getting forward for a few yards on the play is Cameron Mack. They brought in their big fullback, Nicholas Minicapelli, 235-pound sledgehammer out of Hope Mills, North Carolina, to play fullback.
But Stone Walker was under center that time. You don't see that very often.
So they gain 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 22-yard line. Thunderbolts lead at 13-7. 5:19 to go here in the second quarter, but Fort Lewis threatening here. Now they're a little confused with their offensive set. That should be a penalty. They had 12 guys in the huddle there. Now the Thunderbolts allowed to substitute. Now we're ready to go. They get the play off. Pass over the middle. Almost intercepted. Seidenberger had his hands on it. If he kicks on off, he's going the distance.
Read it the whole way. He's gonna kick himself all the way back to Pueblo for that one.
About to flip this game on his head in a hurry if he picks that one off because there was nothing but green grass ahead of him.
You don't think they'd have caught him from 80 yards?
Well, quarterback, I guess, if he had an angle. I don't know. He's a pretty quick guy.
For a big linebacker, yeah. He is.
3rd down and 7 from the 22-yard line for the Skyhawks. Got to imagine this is 4-down territory for him. They send a man in motion to the right. Another low snap, pass right side. Caught in stride and forward for the 1st down. That was an incredible catch. It was an incredible catch by the quarterback to handle the snap and hit the running back in stride. And he gets forward for the 1st down to the 15-yard line. Well, the Skyhawks, for all their drops this year, they keep that stat. They lead the conference in drop passes per game, averaging 10 a game. They had 12 last week. They're not dropping anything today.
They haven't dropped one.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. They shift the tight end to the right side of the formation this time. Take the snap. They give it up the middle. Good little burst down to about the 10-yard line. Good run there by Cameron Mack. Mack's giving them a little juice here from the running back position here on this drive.
Again, if I'm Fort Lewis, I'm feeling really good about the way my offense is moving against this vaunted Csu-Pueblo defense. They are doing what they want. They're dictating the pace. They're dictating down and distance.
Down to 3:45 to go here in the second quarter. 13-7. Thunderbolts lead it, but that lead in jeopardy. 2nd and 5 for the Skyhawks.
And Stonewalker's doing a good job of getting rid of the ball quickly to negate that pass rush.
Brings a man in motion. Jet sweep around the right side, and the Thunderbolts have this one read pretty well as they hand it off to Guevara. Going around the right. He gets forward for a yard, maybe 2 on the play. They'll see where they spot it exactly here. They're going to give him the 8, I believe. Yep, so it'll be 3rd and 3 now. 3rd and 3 from the 8-yard line for the Skyhawks. They bring 3 different receivers into the game. They all line up wide to the left here. Single wide out right. They leave Mack in the backfield here on the right hip of Stone Walker. Takes the snap, looks left, steps up in the pocket. Now fires right. Ball deflected but caught. Touchdown.
Caught it right in front of Daniel Bone, and you don't see that very often at all.
Xavier Rawls on the grab. The ball was deflected, but it had enough pace on it to get to him. And the Skyhawks have tied the game. They take advantage of the turnover. Now they have an extra point try here to take the lead. Fans on their feet here. Yeah, they're ready to go. Well, they should be. Ball's down, kick is up. And it is good. Skyhawks take the lead. 2:44 to go here in the second quarter. Fort Lewis 14, CSU Pueblo 13. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
2:44 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves down 14-13. Thunderwolves try to muster up a late drive here. They do get the ball first to start the second half as well, so they're going to try to go for the daily double here. Here's the kick. High kick. Chance for the return here. Mitchell takes it 2 yards deep in the end zone, comes out of there with it. Across the 5, 10, to the outside. He's hemmed in. 15, knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line. There's that choice the Thunderwolves make. They elect to try to get the big play. Instead, they give up 7 yards in field position. Now we got flags down. Nigel Mitchell's going to get a personal foul.
And that's going to be on CSU Pueblo.
Shoving a guy in the face.
All the guys from Fort Lewis were in his face, but CSU Pueblo's going to get ticketed for that because they always see the second one.
This will be on the Thunderwolves, most definitely. Jawing's one thing, but when you take a right cross to the helmet of the opposition, that's what's going to get called, and that's what's going to be the case here on the Thunderwolves, unless they luck out and maybe get an offsetting call here, but I don't think so.
You always see the second one. But the guys who don't play were without the helmets on, were in his face too, which is kind of funny.
Here's a call, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Against Fort Lewis. Dead ball, personal foul against the Thunderwolves. So they do go up both ways here. So Thunderwolves take over at the 18-yard line after the offsetting personal fouls. That's twice we've seen that in this ball game, both on kickoffs. Larson, the quarterback. And Corian Burrell is going to play running back here after Russell fumbled on that last possession. And they give it to Burrell up the middle, puts his head down, spin move, gets forward across the 20 out to about the 23. Thunderwolves will try to pick up the pace here. 2nd down and 4. As they're going to go no huddle. And bark out the play call at the line of scrimmage. They fake the snap, and now they're going to change the play call. We're down to 2:10 to go. Now Larson has the call he wants. Takes the snap, fakes it to Burrell. Looks down the middle. He's going for it all for Retzlaff. He was hit. Yeah, that's a foul.
That's a pass interference.
Pass interference on the Skyhawks. Just as Retzlaff was about to break into the clear, he was tied up out at midfield. And that's not a bad penalty to take, because if you don't take it, it's going to be 6 points against you. Take the 15 yards. That's a good play by Fort Lewis. And we've reached the 2-minute timeout with 1:59 to go here in the second quarter. Keep it right here. This will be just a quick little 30-second timeout. So no need to take a break.
You know, something we haven't mentioned today is the defensive analyst for Fort Lewis, Johnny Cox, brought in is Rocky Long. Rocky Long last year was the defensive coordinator at Syracuse. Okay, he's been the head coach at San Diego State, New Mexico State. He's been defensive coordinator. So Rocky Long is this defensive analyst for the Skyhawks this season, which tells me he's enjoying retirement and having a great time keeping his hand in the game. But Fort Lewis is well prepared.
Yeah.
Defensively, they know their weapons. Csu-Pueblo's obviously targeting Reggie Retzloff, and they're doing a good job with the running game.
Well, I look back in this game, though. There's a couple plays, though, for the Thunderwolves. Not to pick on the tight ends, but facts are facts. When they stumbled, they should have had 2 touchdowns earlier in this game when both times the tight ends tripped over themselves.
Well, and I know this. Nobody wants to make an excuse. This is the first time they're playing on natural grass.
Natural grass.
So you're going to be a step slower, and it may not grab as like you're used to.
Footing just not what you're used to. That's a good point. Reese Robinson in the game. He lines up in the slot to the right. Toscas wide to the right. Retzlaff and Rakowski are wide to the left.
And Rakowski does not have a catch. He has a touchdown pass. Doesn't have a catch, though.
Burrell is the back here on 1st and 10. They look left. Here comes a blitz. He steps up, avoid the blitz. Running left, throws it. Retzlaff has it. Gains 5 on the play, maybe 6. See where they spot it at the 44-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Larson able to not panic there, just kind of stepped up in the pocket to avoid the blitz off the edge. Now the Thunderwolves move early as the right tackle, Jaden Jones, took off early. So much for the positive yards on 1st down. False start on the Thunderwolves, so that'll mark it back to the 39-yard line. Oh, those little things. Little things add up to big things.
Well, and this is nothing new. Csu-Pueblo is one of the most penalized teams in the country.
So same formation. Burrell the back on the right hip. He goes in motion out of the right side. They look right. They come over the middle instead. Reese Robinson with it. And he runs right into the back of the umpire. He's taken down at the 46-yard line on forward progress. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves. They go lightning package. They come right up on the line of scrimmage. Trips to the left here. They look left, fire the screen pass left, caught by Rakowski. Spin move, stretch forward. He's real close. Depends on the spot here. Looks like he's got it. Well, the question was his knee down when he was stretching the ball out? The officials say nope. They give him the 1st down. So the ball's at the 48-yard line.
Fort Lewis playing this umbrella defense.
And now we've got a stoppage in play. Fort Lewis maybe wanting to challenge the spot here. Again, the referee, Mike, we don't have it. Plus, it's not working on the PA system as well. So we're handicapped here. They don't, I'm not sure what they're doing here. No challenges in effect.
I don't think the chains were set.
Okay, that would make sense. Minute 29 to go here. Now they wind the clock. Straight drop back. Step up in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Pressure gets the pass away and just throws it away into the Thunderwolves bench. Larson was feeling the heat that time, able to get rid of it, though, to save all that sack yard. It's 2nd down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Thunderwolves trail it here 14-13, a minute 19 to go in the 1st half.
Fort Lewis dropping 5 or 6 back in coverage, keeping everything in front of them. Nothing deep.
Trips to the right, single wide out left. Pass right side, caught to Reese Robinson. He's hit immediately and goes down for a loss of yard. There's that wide receiver screen. If you miss the block, you're going to lose yardage. So now it's 3rd and 11. And those that have been with Joe and me for years and years, we just cannot stand that play.
It's awful. It seldom, if ever, works.
3rd and 11. Thunderwolves now going to slow it down a little bit because they don't want to give Fort Lewis any time here. 3rd and 11 is not the most high percentage down and distance in the world. Take the snap. Comes pressure off the edge. Fire over the middle. And Rakowski gets broken up. Thunderwolves want a flag. No flag is thrown. That's just good coverage by Kashanda. Juma Kashanda.
He's made 2 great plays in a row, and now he's flexing. Giving the crowd what they want. He wants to flex.
So now the Thunderwolves have to punt the ball away with 38 seconds to go here in the 1st half. How would you like to be a fly on the old wall of the Thunderwolves locker room here at halftime?
Well,
Might have to rearrange some chairs.
Sometimes there's quirky things going on. Jim, they're just getting beat.
Yeah.
This isn't rocket science. They're just getting the fight taken to them.
Baker to punt it away. Good snap. Kick is away. Man, they almost got to it and blocked it. Gets the punt away. Fair catch taken at the 12-yard line. So 37 seconds to go here in the first half. And the Skyhawks leading it 14-13.
"37 seconds, and they're trailing at Fort Lewis." I hate to say this, but we've been here before.
Deja vu all over
We've
again,
been
as
here
Yogi would
before.
say.
We've seen this.
This has been a literal house of horrors for Thunderwolves football since the resurrection.
Well, Phil Vigil played that little bit of that tape for them this week and said I reminded him of 2014.
Fort Lewis just going to go victory formation here.
They won the half.
Yep.
They won the half.
And waiting to see for sure. Everybody starting to head off toward the locker room.
Yeah. And if I'm Fort Lewis and I'm in the locker room and those are my guys, I'm saying these guys ain't nothing.
Yeah.
These guys ain't nothing. We're beating them to the punch. We're beating them up front. We're beating them.
Yeah, and you don't want to be, if you're really, some of the leaders probably say, hey, don't celebrate. We got another half to go, but man, we feel good about ourselves. It is halftime here from Ray Dennison Memorial Field. We got an upset brewing. Skyhawks lead it 14-13. Halftime show is next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back. There we go. Get that dial set up right. 14-13. Fort Lewis with the lead here at halftime. And it's nothing just but old-fashioned football beating you to the punch, Joe.
Well, you have a turnover. You've allowed them to go 4 of 8 on third down. They're winning the time of possession. They're making catches. We heard about all these drops. These receivers look all world.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm impressed about the most is, we heard about Stone Walker and we knew about how good he was. But he is not freelanced today.
No.
He's kind of just stayed inside the offense of what they're calling, and it's working like a charm.
Thunder was able to get to him the one time with when Scipio was able to chase him down. That was really kind of a big play in the game. It ended up forcing them to have to punt early on, but for the most part, he hasn't faced much pressure. The only pressure he's been facing is trying to catch the ball from his center.
Well, and you're absolutely right. The snaps have been bad, but he's getting rid of the ball quickly. Whatever RPO he's doing, he's making the right call. But he's also, all these throws, he's not setting up. He's just getting the ball out. They've all been quick hitters. He hasn't tried to throw the ball deep at all, and that's negating CSU Pueblo's strength, which is their pass rush.
And they're limiting the amount of possessions in this game. Thunderwolves have only had the ball, 5 times perhaps in this half, and been stopped a couple of times, missed a field goal.
Turned the ball over, and have 5 penalties, 3 of which led to first downs. Fort Lewis is 4 of 8 on third down, and 2 of 2 in the red zone.
14-13 our score. Fort Lewis on top. More of our halftime show comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Ray Dennison Memorial Field here in Durango, Colorado. We got an upset alert. Fort Lewis leads the Thunderwolves 14-13. It wouldn't be the only upset today in the RMAC. New Mexico Highlands defeats Chadron State today 33-30.
When's the last time that's happened?
Man, oh man, that's forever and a day, I would think. Colorado Mines defeats South Dakota Mines 45-20. That game has gone final. Mesa leads Adams State 38-10. They just moved to the fourth quarter there in Alamosa. And the other game we've been watching, Western Colorado leads Black Hills State 28-14. There's 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, but Black Hills State is driving. They have the ball at the Western Colorado 3-yard line, so they could maybe make that a 1-touchdown game here pretty shortly. But here, just astonishing the way Fort Lewis is just kind of not only winning the ball game on the scoreboard, Joe, but they're controlling this game.
Yeah, again, there's no magic to their formula right now. CSU-Pueblo's turned the ball over. They've had a lot of penalties. They're getting beat up front, which we didn't think was going to be possible. And Stonewalker's done a great job of making the right reads and getting rid of the ball quickly. And, we thought CSU was a little nonchalant early, just taking shots and, figuring, well, we'll get another shot. When they had a lot of 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 11s, and those come back to haunt you. What CSU Pueblo needs to do right now, if you're Phil Vigil in the Thunderwolves locker room, you say, okay, flush it. We get the ball to start the second half, go down, take care of business, and then we get back on defense to our strength of our ball club. This is a team that scores 40 points a game, 45 points a game, and they have 13 at half.
And you have to remember, the Thunderbolts' only touchdown came on the gadget play on the lateral over to the left side to Rakowski, and then he threw the touchdown pass to the end zone. So you had to go to that to get your only touchdown.
When Devin Larson sees safeties deep, 2 safeties deep, and help back there, that's when you run the ball because the middle of the field's wide open. Well, they do that. Howard Russell was averaging 7 yards a carry, but he fumbled, and you got to take care of the football.
And when you look back on it, one of the key real plays of the game is the Thunderbolts have the ball at midfield, up 13-7. Maybe drive, keep drive alive, go down, score, maybe get the game kind of under control. But instead, the turnover leads to points for Fort Lewis.
Exactly, as did Fort Lewis's turnover.
Yeah,
Stonewalker throws an interception, and that leads to the touchdown for CSU Pueblo.
14-13 our score. Fort Lewis leads it here at halftime. More coming your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Thunderbolts trailing at 14-13 here at halftime. All the numbers in favor of Fort Lewis here. I don't have the right stat sheet.
Here you go.
Thank you. That'll help if we get the right numbers in front of me. First downs actually favor Thunderbolts 13-9, but some of the other yardage going to Fort Lewis. Thunderbolts with 170 through the air, 67 on the ground, 267 total offense. Fort Lewis with 153 yards. But the time of possession in this game, Fort Lewis just controlling matters, 18-26 to 10-41.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
So they're everything you need to have going your way to pull off a monumental upset, Joe, is so far going in favor of Fort Lewis here.
Without question. And I think it also goes to the physicality. I think they're just being more physical. At the end of the game, football is a physical game. And Fort Lewis is getting after it up front. CSU Pueblo needs to get back to the run, which they were doing an exceptional job of early. And then they kind of went away from it.
Yeah, we'll see how this first drive of the second half, the Thunderbolts just decide to come out and just play smash ball. To say, let's just run up and down the field here on these guys instead of. And the interesting choice will be Fort Lewis on the win choice here in this third quarter as well when they come out. See which way they want to play. Do they go ahead and go into the wind in this quarter and then have it with you in the fourth, or do they roll the dice and try to get the lead and play with the wind here in this quarter? We'll see. It all comes your way.
And I get the offensive brain trust from CSU Pueblo, Braley Brown and crew. You have all these weapons. You have all these toys, and you want to play with all these toys. And you've made a living through 6 games throwing the ball all over the yard. But Fort Lewis is playing back in that Tampa two safeties, too high umbrella defense. So they're not letting you take those shots. And give that credit to Fort Lewis for doing that.
All right, 14-13 is our halftime score in favor of Fort Lewis. Second half is next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to blustery Ray Dennison Memorial Field here in, where are we? We're Durango, Colorado. Yeah.
We're in Durango.
Beautiful Durango, Colorado. Looking up through the canyon here there's a beautiful golf course about 20 miles up the road there, Joe. Tamaron.
Right.
There's one. What a place.
And there's a really nice muni about.
Yeah, right over Hillcrest.
About a driver in 3-wood from here.
Yeah, it's a real nice place. And this field's perfect condition. It's a nice day. Good crowd. Thunderwolves, it's
almost too good a crowd.
Again. I mean, 2014 and 2017 are in my mind right now.
Yeah, I know you have that. I asked Jim off air, I said, do you have an uneasy feeling? And he said he does. I don't. I think CSU Pueblo needs to get back to what they do best, and that's just smash mouth and take charge, take over. And this first drive of the second half that'll be the bellwether, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the first score of this half going to be huge.
Yeah, and if it's not you, it's definitely
yeah,
you.
exactly. If Thunderwolves the next touchdown in this game is going to be the winner. That's the way I look at it.
And I also think that CSU Pueblo, if they're going to rely on field goals, that's not been a recipe for success this season for the Thunderwolves.
No.
And if this game comes down to a field goal, do you go to Willig? Do you go to Evan Lyons? Does it matter which way you're kicking? Does it matter how long it is? What's the confidence of that special teams unit?
Well, I bet the stadium feels the same way it felt, much like it felt last week in Grand Junction when Mesa came back on Mines, when they thought, well, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. And all of a sudden it happened. And if the Thunderwolves don't right the ship here, it could happen right here.
Again, in some of our off-air conversations, that Devin Larson's been one of the nation's leading passers. Today he just looks a little bit off, whereas Roman Fuller looks a little sharper today. Do you go with the hot hand in Roman Fuller?
We'll see. This first possession of this second half is just going to be monumental. And we'll see which direction Fort Lewis chooses here in this second half, if they want to go into the wind or they want to ride the wind here in this third quarter. I would think they'd want to ride it.
But it actually looks like it's swirled a little bit. When we started the game.
Yeah, you're looking at the both.
Yeah.
They're both blowing against each other, so it's swirling.
So we're in candlestick.
Yeah, exactly. All we need is the hot dog wrappers flying around here, that's for sure. So, Thunderwolves do get the ball first. A little bit of a delay here. What is festive atmosphere here? This going to this little later start time got people tuned up properly. And when your team's winning, it'll enable you to keep getting tuned up properly, Joe.
You don't want to leave.
That's right. You want to keep hanging around. And they got the big booster tent here to our left. They got the beer garden. Look at the beer garden attendance, much more than it was at the start of the game. Everybody's feeling, hey, got something going here.
You know what? I love that for Fort Lewis.
Yeah.
It's always good for the conference when everybody's good. And I like good on good.
All right, here we go. Fort Lewis to kick off. They're going to move left to right. So the wind to start the game was going right to left. So
but now they have the wind.
Yeah, it's kind of
with them.
It's kind of changed. It is blowing left to right now, isn't it? When you look at the flags and the strips on the goalposts. So we've had the old switcheroo here. Might be more of a crosser, if anything. Here's the kick. Fort Lewis was offside. They don't call it. Fair catch signaled for. Well, it goes out the end zone anyway. So Fort Lewis kicks it out the end zone. Thunderwolves will start from their own 25-yard line. See who they bring out here.
I'm anxious to see who comes out under center. And it's
going to be Roman Fuller.
Taylor Toscas has not caught a ball, and he's been targeted twice.
So Russell will be the back. So his moment in detention is over with after fumbling there in the second quarter. He came out for the two possessions there before the end of the half. Fuller takes the snap. He gives it to Russell up the middle, and he's hit immediately. No gain.
Trying to run on that left side of CSU Pueblo's offensive line and getting no push whatsoever.
So no gain. It'll be second down and 10.
That's Arthur Brock and Jaden Jones, and they're getting no push at all.
Dvorak in motion, straight drop back, pump fake, now over the middle, caught by Retzlaff, and he's hit down at about the 32-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. Picked up 7 on the play. It'll be third down and 3. See where they're going to spot it exactly. Yep, they put it at the 32-yard line. So 3rd and 3 for the Thunderwolves here. Big third down early on in this second half with Fort Lewis leading the ball game 14-13. Fuller calls out the play. Both tight ends in the game here at the same time. They line up on the right side. Now Dvorak and Lucky Do shift to the left side of the formation. Take the snap. It's bobbled. Now handed off to Russell. And he's got the first down and more.
Goodbye.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. That'll get you well in a hurry. They bobbled the snap there. I don't know if you noticed that, Joe, as Fuller kind of bobbled, but was able to get the ball into the gut of Russell, and Russell took off.
Yeah, that pause was just enough to set him free.
It was almost like one of those moments where you see once in a while on a punt return where a guy bobbles it and everybody kind of freezes.
Exactly. The mistake kind of, everybody's looking for the ball. Next thing you know, Howard Russell's breaking free. And guess what? You're just not going to catch him.
No, wasn't even a contest, was it? So here's the extra point try upcoming. Evan Lyons to do the honors. Here is the ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. So 13:47 to go here in the third quarter. And deep exhale, Joe. Well, namaste. Thunderbolts back on top 20-14.
You did what you had to do on that first possession. Now you have to do what you have to do on their first possession. This is a two-way street. You have to stick it to them now defensively to restore order.
Exactly. So
I mean, you like the fact trading scores is right up your wheelhouse. You do that with anybody.
Right.
But you don't want to do that today.
That's just an astonishing play by Fuller, able to somehow corral that snap in time to get it into Russell's gut, and then Russell just sprinted up the left sideline. Huge hole off that left side, and give credit to the tight ends on that left side, sealing it for the Pack. As both Lucky Doo and Dvorak lined up there. Lions to kick things off here. 20-14, Thunderbolts on top, 13:47 to go here in the third quarter. Here's the kick. High booming kick, and it'll sail out the back of the end zone, right into the beer garden. So Fort Lewis will take over at their own 25-yard line. Now trailing the ball game 20-14. They have trailed earlier in this game 13-7. Got that touchdown late in the first half to get the lead going into the locker room. Now they have to operate from behind again.
Did you see how that drive happened, though? That was Howard.
Yep, just run that ball right at him.
All the fancy things you love to do.
Ball marked on the left hash mark. Trips to the right. Double wide out left. Be an empty backfield here for Stone Walker. Thunderwolves flinch, and now I think we get a false start. Yep, false start on Fort Lewis. That's what caused the Thunderwolves to flinch on that defensive right side. Scipio and Feeney kind of moved, but it was because of the tackle.
Yeah, but you know who got that call was our guy Donovan English. Donnie was out there, and I think the wideout. I think he got the guy flinching just a little bit.
So mark off a 5. So it's 1st and 15 now from the 20-yard line for the Skyhawks. They stay in the same formation. Bone comes up showing blitz. Here he comes right in the middle, and he has his man and flings the quarterback to the turf back inside the 10-yard line.
Whose name did I say we didn't call in the first half?
Daniel Bone, Joe.
Whose name do we call right away in the second half?
Safety blitz.
Daniel Bone.
There you go.
He came in untouched. Right over the center. Right through the A-gap.
Loss all the way back to the 11-yard line, so a loss of 9 on the Pack sack. So it's 2nd down and 24 now for Fort Lewis. They're going to go quad to the right this time. 4 wideouts to the right side of the formation, 1 wideout left. Now they adjust here on the right side. Thunderwolves, they shot up a middle screen. Thunderwolves have it diagnosed, and Seidenberger right there forces the man to slip down. Running back saw Gary coming his way, and
he meant to change directions and just slipped.
Gamont.
Might have been the best thing that could have happened to him.
Gamont found a hole to hide in right there. It's a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down now and 23 for the Skyhawks. Now the Thunderwolves probably go in their umbrella zone here. Give them anything underneath here.
Yeah, this is a must 3rd down stop.
Thunderwolves just going to rush 3 here.
Big 3.
Make the snap. Pump fake, now come left, and right away flag is down. Going to be a hold here, I believe, on the Skyhawks, unless it's a hands to the face call against the Thunderwolves. Some of the Skyhawks are pointing at the Thunderwolves here. We'll see what the call is. And waiting for the call. Taking his sweet time here. Personal foul. Chop block on the offense.
Yeah, so it was not roughing the quarterback.
When you saw that personal foul come out, I go, oh, God, what is this going to be? But it's a chop block. Declined. So Fort Lewis had to punt the ball away from their own 12-yard line.
And who made that play possible? Daniel Bone by dislodging that ball on the pass.
That was a big-time hit. So Rakowski stands back here at midfield to receive the punt from Villavicencio. It's a good snap. Kick is away, and he kind of shanked it to the right side, but Rakowski able to get up underneath, snowed under right on the sideline. Didn't have much room to operate, but he saved all that field position by getting over there and making the grab. That's a good play by Rakowski.
But no fair catch.
Yeah, he probably should have taken one there, but I think he was more worried about just getting up underneath the ball to grab it. Thunderbolts almost blocked that thing. So great field position for the Pack to start this second drive of the second half, leading the game 20-14.
So the first thing that had to happen happened. The second thing that had to happen happened. What's the third thing, Jim?
Take it in the score
All right
here.
There we go.
Fuller stays in the game. Russell, who had the long touchdown run. Bring Rakowski in motion toward the formation. They play action. Straight drop back. They're looking up the left sideline for Toscas. He's in the clear, and he has got it. Touchdown! Roman Fuller, a beautiful pass right on the numbers of Toscas. And now we got a flag down back here after the play is over. It's going to be a personal foul or unsportsmanlike on the Thunderwolves, I believe, but it's not going to matter. The touchdown's going to count. What a pass.
A dead ball foul, but that was a great throw by Roman Fuller and a better route by Taylor Toscas.
Well, it looked like Toscas was even with the defender at about the 20-yard line. They just blew by him. After the play, it is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the quarterback Fuller.
On Roman Fuller, which, again, these penalties are going to kill Phil Vigil. These dead ball, in-your-face penalties are going to kill Phil Vigil. Taylor Toscas almost got one in the end zone, blowing the chef's kiss to the crowd.
So they do not enforce that penalty here on the extra point. I would think you'd give the defense the choice here. Why not take it here? Force a tougher kick.
What I did notice is in the first half when on Fort Lewis's touchdown, the kid spiked the ball, spun it, and you're not supposed to do that. And they didn't call it, so that was a good call, non-call by the officials on that.
Officials discussing this now, exactly what the procedure is going to be. And now the head referee is going to walk over and talk to Phil Vigil. Could this possibly be an ejection situation? I don't know why, because he's talking to him over here.
It might be which 15, but
oh, okay.
There's two 15s.
Yeah, so it's going to be Roman Fuller, of course, the quarterback. Guess the referees couldn't exactly figure that out on their own, I guess. I don't know. So they're going to come over now and talk it over with Johnny Cox.
Well, if we don't see Roman Fuller in the next series, we know what happened. He's got his helmet off.
So now it'll be extra point. This time it'll be Willig. Thunderbolts going with their alternating kicking. And Willig to try it here. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. Still not in our timeout window, so we'll keep it right here. 27-14. Thunderbolts on top. Well, Joe, you've got it here, trifecta. Touchdown, stop, touchdown.
Okay, so what's the fourth? If we're going to go for the superfecta, we got to get another stop if you're CSU Pueblo.
Pick six.
I'm more curious about whether Roman Fuller got ejected on this. And if he did, that is a huge deal for CSU Pueblo. Granted, you have Devin Larson and Stevie Kroll over there, but it just sends a bad message, Jim.
Yeah.
You know, CSU Pueblo is one of the most penalized teams in the nation. They need to check these emotions and just play football. They did take it on the kickoff.
So it'll be kicked off from the 20-yard line. And the other 15 for the Thunderwolves is out there now, and that's Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith is a huge individual.
Yes, he
6'4", 235-pound junior out of Legend High School. Parker, Colorado is his hometown. He is a big dude.
And he can move. You know, he plays that defensive line. He can move.
And he lines up over here with Dre Towns on the kickoff coverage team. They're going to get a chance this time because this should be a return time. Here's the kick. It's on the way. And who's going to take it? Nobody's going to take it. It hits down and now picked up. No, It's picked up at the 10. 15, 20. Look out. Up the middle of the field, out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. A lot of confusion there for Fort Lewis, not knowing who was going to receive the punt. It was finally picked up by Guevara on the bounce. That's a live football.
So all in all, that worked out for Csu-Pueblo.
Exactly. Yeah, because normally you get it at the 25, and that's where they're going to get it, at the 25. So that's like a plus 15 for the Pack.
It's just bad optics, isn't it?
Yeah, very bad. Ball just inside the right hash mark where they elect to start this drive. Make some shifts along the line of scrimmage. They're going to move Rab out wide to the left. They hand the ball up the middle, and the Thunderwolves have it stuffed for a relatively short gain as Guevara came flying through there with bad intent, but the Thunderwolves defense able to stuff him after a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 now for the Skyhawks. 27-14, Thunderwolves on top, 11:35 to go here in the third quarter. It was 14-13 Skyhawks at halftime. Thunderwolves with 2 quick touchdowns here in the third quarter of restored order. Stonewalker from the gun. They bring Cameron Mack into the game. They run a reverse around the right side to Guevara, and he's got the first down out across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
That quick toss is working wonders.
So a little different way to get the ball into the hands of Guevara. And it's a 1st and 10 out to the 39-yard line. Big drive here for the Skyhawks. They need to answer the Thunderwolves to try to stay in this ball game. They make some substitutions of their receiving core. Rab a little confused. Now he lines up in the slot to the right. They got 2 wideouts left. Straight drop back. Here's the pass and dropped into the hands of Guevara on the screen. They had it set up. They had some blockers out in front, but it was dropped there.
Yeah, Gage Hill came in unabated as a right defensive end, and when you do that, you know it's a screen. If no one blocks you and you're that big, it's a screen.
And you know, we talked about the drops coming into the game for Fort Lewis. The guys they've had a couple now here, and it's been the running backs. Their wide receivers aren't dropping the ball.
I'm impressed with Stonewalker, though.
Yeah, he's good. He's the real deal. 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Skyhawks. Now they shift the running back to the left side. They give it to him, and he runs back right. Good play there by Bone. Bone is making his presence felt here in the second half. Gain of 2 there. What a stick by Bone, putting his shoulder in there, upending the running back. That was a textbook tackle.
I wonder if he'll be offended if I talk to him after the game. Say, welcome to the second half. He might take that personally.
Hey, you took last week off, and you took the first half off this week.
Did you not remember?
Third down and 8. We kid him.
We kid because we care.
Yeah.
And he's been here forever.
Yeah.
So
we have that kind of relationship. 3rd and 8 now for the Skyhawks. They're going to roll the pocket left. Pass up the left sideline. Man is there, and he's got it, and it's separated. He had it, and then he was drilled, and now don't get a and there comes the flag. He got the personal foul for taunting.
He's staring at him.
And it's going to be on Ben Wilson after the fact.
These guys cannot just not do that, and I don't understand that.
It'll be a dead ball personal foul on the Thunderwolves for taunting. It was a great hit, but then you stand over a guy and you woof at him, it's going to be an automatic call.
And they've let them get away with a couple today.
And here is the call. Remember, we're working here in the booth here, okay?
That may be his second job.
And here is the call. Dead ball, personal foul against the Thunderwolves. So that'll be an automatic first down on the 15-yard mark off. It'll take it down into Thunderwolves territory, all the way down to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks.
He is ejected.
And he is out of the game. He's still out there, though. And I'm confused here who the actual foul is on. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks at the 44-yard line.
Maybe he wasn't ejected. So
wasn't ejected. He's still out there. So 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Man in motion left. Going to be a quarterback draw. Thunderwolves have it diagnosed. Cody Ramming just kind of lightly massages Stone Walker to the turf there. I'm not going to just lay on you. I'm just going to set you down right here for a loss of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 now for the Skyhawks.
Phil Vigil is hot.
Oh, man, he should be. He is lit.
But in all fairness, he should be hot at his players.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 12. Yeah, he's giving the side judge over there an earful, isn't he?
But we saw it plain as day from here.
Yeah, he's coming right on. It looked like an automatic call to me. 2nd and 12. Here comes pressure off the edge. Pass is just thrown right into the turf. And that was a good move there by Walker because Feeney was about ready to unload on him. He just got rid of it.
And you see who was holding Stone Walker up? Dominic Feeney. He's like, I could have killed you. I didn't.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Skyhawks. 27-14. Thunderwolves on top. 9:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Bone looks like he's coming.
Now he shifts to the right side. Now they run it up the middle and taken down. Good play on the interior there for the Thunderwolves. That's Dre Towns, the 210-pound junior out of Georgia. Tried to sneak the draw play by him, but he wasn't biting. So 4th down, Fort Lewis going to send the punt team out. It's just too much to get here down and distance-wise, even though they're in Thunderwolves territory. 4th and 10 from the 44, you play field position.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Now, for the moment, the ball is spotted at the 1-yard line, or the 1-foot line. I think the Thunderwolves are going to challenge this. I think the ball hit in the end zone. So they're going to challenge because this means 19 yards in field position here.
Well, and this is one of those, if you get it right, it's worth it. But if you don't, you lose it for the rest of the game.
And still have not got a clear-cut indication whether they are going to challenge it over there.
Looks like they're not.
So Thunderwolves will start this possession from their own 1-yard line.
Because if you challenge it, you don't get it, you lose the challenge, and you're still on the 1. This could just be a 99-yarder for Howard Russell.
Exactly.
That's all it could do.
So Fuller stays in the ball game. He's played this entire second half here. I say entire. It feels like we've been playing a long time. Still 8:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. He's played 2 possessions here this second half. Has the touchdown strike to Toscas as well as the long run by Russell. They go from the gun. They give it to Russell up the middle. He fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Fort Lewis. They have a scoop inside the 5 and knocked down at the 1. Here comes a flag down.
Face mask.
So another fumble by Howard Russell, and now the Skyhawks right back in the ball game here. That ball popped up. They had a chance for the scoop and score. They get it down to the 2, and we think a face mask on the Thunderwolves on the tackle here, which would take it down to the 1-yard line. Here's the call. Sideline warning against Fort Lewis, and that's going to be a mark-off.
Because there's no more warning now.
That's a damaging call against Fort Lewis. So instead of the 2-yard line after the fumble recovery, it's marked out to the 17 after the 15-yard sideline warning penalty.
Remember, they used to give you the warning.
Yeah.
So that's not a warning. That's a sideline violation.
So the Skyhawks.
So the get-back guy at Fort Lewis, you owe me 15.
So now pressure on the Thunderwolves defense here to try to pick up the Thunderwolves offense. So the second fumble of the day by Howard Russell. You had a lot of good today by Howard. You've had some bad.
That's 2 fumbles for Howard Russell.
So the ball spotted at the 17-yard line. That's where Fort Lewis takes over after the turnover. Stone Walker. Run the jet sweep. Now they're going to run a double reverse. Try to come around the right side and cutting back inside the 10, inside the 5 to the pylon. Close. Trying to spin. No signal as of yet. He's down in the field of play, down at about the 2-yard line. What a run there on the double reverse to Gamont.
Nice little call by the offensive brain trust for Fort Lewis. That little misdirection has been problematic for CSU Pueblo all day.
They're going to blow it dead, it looks like, at the 2. Yeah, we'll turn off our crowd mic. We don't need to be hearing the fans here chatting in our window to the left. So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Skyhawks. High formation here for, they got an extra tackle in there to play blocker, and the Thunder will stuff it. Tried to run it around the left side to Jamal Johnson. He's taken down right at the 2.
See, this is what bothers me about officials. His progress was stopped, but the kid kept going, and then they kept hitting him. So that's when you get the penalties.
Not sure why they stopped the clock momentarily. Helmet came off. Okay, thank you.
Wasn't Noah Purcell.
So now the Thunder will have to make the substitution. So it's 2nd down and goal from the 2. You've got their big power package in there. Minicapelli in there to play the blocker on the right side, the fullback. Thunder will show blitz. They run the ball around the left side. Good cut inside, touchdown. Stone Walker took it around the edge on into the end zone. We got ourselves a ball game again. So the Thunderwolves turnover results in points for the Skyhawks. So extra point upcoming here for Fort Lewis.
It's one of the first times he's called his own number running the ball today. And it couldn't have come at a better time if you're Fort Lewis.
So it'll be Villavicencio then to try the extra point.
With the big leg.
Here's the ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. 6:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 27-21. Thunderwolves still with the lead, but it just got a little bit more interesting after that touchdown.
Again, how do you let teams stay in the game? You turn the ball over. You give penalties. All these things that you play disciplined, better football, you're not doing. And if I'm Phil Vigil, these penalties have got to be killing me.
Yeah, it's got to be driving you nuts.
You have to do something about that.
Other scores from the RMAC today. Mines defeats Mines. Colorado Mines the winner, 45-20. Upset today. Highlands defeats Shadron, 33-30. That's the final. Mesa has knocked off Adams State, 52-10. That game is now a final. Late 4th quarter, Western State leads Black Hill State 35-14. Under a minute to go up there in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. Black Hill State is our opponent next week at the Thunderbolt.
1 o'clock kick.
Sometimes you wonder if they just throw darts when they have kickoffs. Yeah? 2 1 week. Let's go 6 early. Let's go 1. It all works out. Here's the kick. Getting ready for it anyway. Thunderwolves have Mitchell back deep along with Fincher. Kick is going to go in and out the back of the end zone. So the Thunderwolves will start. Boy, look at the bodies come together out there at about the 25-yard line. Scipio and company. Just look like bowling pins falling over there.
Yeah, it's just fun to watch.
So it'll be at the 25 for the Thunderwolves to start this possession, leading the game 27-21. Got 2 quick touchdowns to start this 3rd quarter.
But then you give one up.
But the turnover results in the short field for the Skyhawks. They ran the old double reverse to get him set up, and then the quarterback run into the end zone.
I love whatever team I'm watching, unless it's the Raiders. the right call at the right time. And that was the absolute right call at the right time for that.
So Burrell into play, running back, straight drop back. And ball deflected but caught. Here is Retzlaff, comes over the middle. Looked like the ball was deflected there. And it's caught still by Retzlaff out close to the first down.
Official did the old slap of the hand. He wasn't asking for money.
Short of the first down by a yard. And they're going to give it off the right side to Burrell, and he powers forward. He is a big dude. Saw him down there today on the side. He walked by me, and I said, man, oh, man, I'd like to tackle that thing. So a gain of 4 on the play. We got an injury here for the Skyhawks. Looks like their defensive left end or maybe their linebacker. Looks like a right shoulder issue. He probably had to stick his shoulder in there to try to make the tackle on Burrell and paid the price. Going to have a stinger. Hopefully it's just a stinger. Hopefully it's not a busted collarbone or something because he's the one that had to stick his shoulder in there to try to tackle Burrell.
And we talk about Corey and Burrell in the running backs room. He's a transfer from Henderson State. And if you know anything about Division II football, Henderson State is a good football team. It's a good football program. So to come from there where you carried the load, it's
Walter Stauffer, the hometown product. He's out of Durango.
He'll eat good tonight. You know, when you get done with a football game and mom and dad are in the stands, you know you're going to eat good.
He's a big dude. He looks the part. Durango's had some success with their football program down here years past. Either played in a title game or won a title. I can't remember. A few years back.
Well, they were in the SCL for a while when that reworked 3A or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think now they're in the Springs League playing with Palmer Lake and those schools. Here's a play-action pass. Fuller goes up the right side, back through behind Retzlaff. He had him open, but missed him. So it'll be second down.
Looked like Reggie was cutting in instead of stopping, and I don't know if that's what Roman thought he was going to do.
Yeah, it looked like Fuller threw it to a spot. It was the wrong spot.
Could have just been a bad pass, too. I don't like to always blame the receivers, but.
Second down and 10. Ball's at the 39-yard line. Thunderwolves lead at 27-21. 6:04 to go here in the third quarter. Here's the handoff to Burrell. Nice cut there. Powers his way out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the play to Burrell. You just feel like that's there anytime they want it.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 is like a gift down for Csu-Pueblo, but right now you got to play possession. You don't want to take a shot here, even though I know the offensive coordinator wants to take a shot here.
Burrell now adjusts to the left hip. He takes the handoff, puts his head down. He's stopped, but look at him power forward, and he's right at the sticks. Looks like the spot has it right at the 49. The officials are already signaling move the chains. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves at the 49-yard line. Burrell needed 2. He got 2. Thunderwolves go lightning package. They get set. Were they set in time? No flag comes out. Fuller down the middle of the field. Has his man, the big tight end. Fumbled it, but then regained it. The ball popped up in the air and right back into the hands of Dvorak. I didn't think the Thunderwolves were set on the left side there. I thought Etheridge was moving the left tackle, but they get away with it. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves at the 24-yard line.
He got hit, and the ball popped up and landed right in his breadbasket.
Dvorak this time lines up wide to the right. Toscas and Rakowski are wide to the left.
There's nobody subbing, so I don't know why the center judge is in the way.
Now we're ready to go. Take the snap, look left, fire it left. Rakowski has it. He fumbled it. He dropped the ball. Not a fumble. It's just an incomplete pass.
And that was a drop. Daniel Rakowski does not – Zach Rakowski, Daniel. Zach Rakowski does not drop footballs.
Well, Toscas had occupied both defenders on the play with one block.
No,
and there was all kinds of room there for Rakowski. That was one time the wide receiver screen was going to work. So it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 23-yard line. Both Retzlaff and Toscas line up wide to the left. Dvorak, the tight end, along with Lucky Doo is in the game. They shift to the right side of the formation. Burrell is the back. He takes the handoff, looks for a hole inside, puts his head down, just wedges forward about the 19-yard line.
He knew he was going to go down, so he just put his head down and dove.
Decided to administer some punishment. Boy, he got a good spot there, down to the 18. Picks up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I like to see Taylor Toscas and Reggie Retzlaff on the same side as wideouts, one in the slot.
Crowd coming to life here. They know this is a big play. here on 3rd and 5. Play action. They look that fire left. Ball caught by Retzlaff inside the 10, knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Thunderwolves. Nice delivery there by Fuller, right on the money. 9th grab of the day.
Should put him over 100 yards, I would imagine, as well.
For Retzlaff. Now
He should
Fuller
be
comes
rested.
out of the ball game. We're going to get a funky pack. Yeah, they bring Larson in. So Larson's in. Burrell stays in. So maybe they like Larson better on goal-to-goal situations here for this package. Double tight end set. Triple tight end set, actually, as the extra tight end in the game is Bozzi. They hand the ball up to Burrell in the middle, puts his head down, gets forward for maybe 1 or 2 yards on the play. So the power package there for the Thunderwolves, they brought Seth Bozzi, the junior out of Hawthorne, Nevada, into the ballgame to play tight end.
Well, and Devin Larson was under center, which we don't see very often.
Yep, he's under center again. All 3 tight ends in the game. Straight drop back, fade pattern, right side for Retzlaff, goes up. He is held. No call. And Retzlaff saying, hey, I got to be able to get my other arm free to make the grab. And the officials say, nope, play on. Retzlaff was only able to get his right arm up to try to make the grab there. So now it is 3rd down and goal from the 8. Fuller back in the game now for the Thunderwolves. Mitchell, Rakowski, and Retzlaff wide to the right. Toscas wide to the left. Thunderwolves try to draw him offside. They do get him offside. Here's a pass left side, up for grabs, incomplete. That's going to be offside against Fort Lewis as the hard count that time by Fuller, able to draw Fort Lewis offside. It was a free play.
And this is 2-down territory if you're CSU Pueblo, so you can run the ball here. Third down.
So they mark it down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 4. Thunderwolves with trips to the right. That's Rakowski, Mitchell, and Retzlaff. Tosca's wide left. Now they make some substitutions. They bring the tight ends in as Lucky Do and Dvorak come in. And Rakowski and Mitchell come out of the game. Now Toscas will switch to the right side of the field with Retzlaff. Both tight ends line up on the right side of the formation here. They're unbalanced that way. Here on 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Fuller looks it over. Takes the snap. Gives it to Burrell up the middle. Puts his head down. Wedges forward. He's short. He's down to the 2. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 2. Interesting decision for the Thunderwolves. They send the field goal unit out because it's a 6-point game. The scoreboard tells you got to kick the field goal here to get ahead by 9.
Well,
So it'll be Evan Lyons coming in to kick. So it'll be a 20-yard attempt here. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is through there. So the Thunderwolves do get the field goal. 2:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pack lead it 30-21. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
2:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 30-21. Here's Lions kick. High booming kick sails out the back of the end zone into the old beer garden here at Fort Lewis, here at Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Well, Joe, you said before 3rd down you thought it was 4-down territory, but the Thunderwolves decided, you know what, we need that field goal to go ahead by 9.
Well, it makes it a 2-score game. Even if you score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, you're still 2 scores away. And I think they like their chances 2 scores up. They seem to play with a little bit more intensity right now, a little bit more urgency.
The only reason I thought they might go for it was because on 3rd and 4, they decided to run it. And I thought, well, maybe they're trying to shorten the distance to go for it on 4th down, but they decide to take the field goal and take the points. So here, Fort Lewis now, down by 9 with the ball. And a little confusion. They get the pass away incomplete. Boy, good pressure off the edge for the Thunderwolves. Flying in there, Thomas Webb Jr. out of Tucson, Arizona. And when he turned around, Stone Walker had him right in his face and kind of flung it away.
Had Stone Walker completed that pass, it was going to go for big yardage. The misdirection is doing a number on CSU Pueblo. They're over pursuit.
Yeah, they had Guevara out here on the right side, but just couldn't get involved. Guevara's giving them a little spark. They go trips to the right, double wide out left. Thunder will send their pass rush package in. Officials holding things up because they're allowed to substitute. When Fort Lewis substitutes, Thunderwolves can match. Now we're ready to go. Thunderwolves show blitz. They're all up along the line of scrimmage here. Here they come. They get the pass away, and another one dropped. That was just kind of a lazy attempt to make a grab there as sticking the left hand out there trying to make the catch was Micah Lumpkin.
Not committed, are you saying?
Yeah, I say you got to stick two hands out there and try to catch the ball, dude. And he's getting an earful from his wide receiver coach on the sideline. 3rd and 10. This would be a huge 3 and out for the Thunderwolves defense. They can get the ball back in the hands of their offense. Try to take the doubt away of this ball game. There's that other 15 coming in for the Thunderwolves. That's Cameron Smith. You see Fuller out there playing offense. You think, man, is that? But that's the old double number system. Smith going to blitz off the edge here. Here he comes. They run a wide receiver screen right side. Thunderwolves have it diagnosed, but they break a tackle, but not close enough to get the first down, though. That almost turned into disaster. It's a good play there by Guevara breaking the tackle, but he's short of the first down by 4. So now Fort Lewis with the decision here. 4th down and 4 from the 31-yard line to send the punt team in.
Ben Wilson was the defender on that, and he had him stopped for nothing, if not a loss. Doesn't make the tackle.
So Fort Lewis not gambling here, going for it deep in their own territory. That would show a little desperation if you went for it. You got to trust your defense, and plus the Thunderwolves have put the ball on the turf a couple times today. Murkowski stands at his own 34-yard line. I don't know if he's back far enough here. Snap goes over the head of the punter, tries to chase it down. He gets the punt away somehow. It comes up the field. It's going to work out great for Fort Lewis. An amazing play. Inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. That might turn out to be the play of the game for Fort Lewis. As Villavicencio chases the ball down to the goal line, just turns and rifles a line drive punt right up the middle of the field, and it took about a 30-yard roll and bounce.
I was looking at it to see if it would hit a CSU
Exactly.
player.
We'd have memories of that happening.
That's happened 3 or 4 times on this field.
So Thunderwolves take over now.
Still good field position at the 35, but that could have been Katie bar the door.
So the ball at the 35-yard line. That's where the Thunderwolves will start this possession with 1:22 to go here in the third quarter, leading the game 30-21. And
Roman Fuller's a wideout.
Yep, Kroll is going to take the snap here. Trips to the right, double wide out left, including Fuller, who is the other quarterback lined up wide to the left here. Kroll takes the snap. He's going to run a quarterback draw. It's wide open. They get the block. Kroll puts his head down, hurdles his way out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. 13-yard gain for Kroll. He'll come out of the ball game.
I think Stevie Kroll loves to play football.
He loves to run that ball, doesn't he?
I'm a starting quarterback who won games at Midwestern State, been demoted a bunch of times, best teammate on the planet. Go in there and run a quarterback draw. Okay.
Ball at the 48-yard line. Under a minute to go now here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 30-21. Fuller, the quarterback, takes the snap. Gives it up the middle. This is Fincher. He's across the 40. Puts his head down. Bangs his way all the way down to the 35-yard line. Emmanuel Fincher, the junior out of McKinney, Texas, where they play the national championship game. Big game for the Thunderwolves. They're ripping it off in chunks here so far on this drive. Ball at the 36-yard line now. Fort Lewis going to take a timeout as their defense in total disarray here. With 26 seconds to go in the quarter. They were mass confusion there, so the Thunderwolves get the big gain, 13 yards by Kroll. They back that up with a 16-yard run by Fincher, and they're in business now at the 36-yard line of Fort Lewis. So check other scores around the country. We've told you about the RMAC as the day has gone on. It has gone final now. Western Colorado defeats Black Hill State 35-14. Alabama is scared today, but they survive against South Carolina. South Carolina missed a 2-point conversion in the final minute, which could have tied it. Bama wins at 27-25. Missouri bounces back with a big win today. BYU who is brother of course, Reggie Retzlaff, his brother, is the quarterback there at BYU. First name?
Jake.
24-10, BYU leads Arizona. That's in the third quarter. Georgia leads Mississippi State 27-10. That's a third quarter
What's
score.
that USC Penn State score? That's the only one
Let's see if we'll
that
go
matters.
back up here and find that one. I guess I was a little too far down the road. Good news for USC, although it's getting tighter now. It's 23-20 in favor of USC. They had a 20-6 lead at halftime, but Penn State put 14 on them in the third quarter.
Ouch.
So
I knew it was too good to be true.
It's and Penn State has the ball in the USC 7. Second and goal from the 7. Down by 3. All right, here we go. Ball at the 36-yard line. Thunderwolves with the ball, 1st and 10. Fincher remains as the tailback. Fuller, play action. Pump fake left. Now looks right. Fires it right. Looking for Retzlaff, and he kind of stumbled on the play. Thunderwolves are having problems with this natural grass surface. We saw Lucky Do slip earlier in the game. We saw Dvorak do it. That time Retzlaff loses his footing.
Jim, I almost looked like Reggie was looking for an outside shoulder throw and had to turn in for the inside shoulder throw.
So now it's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Fuller now going to change the play call. Tried to draw Fort Lewis offside there. Didn't work. Toscas wide to the left. Fuller takes the snap, gives it to Fincher right up the middle. Big burst. Puts his head down. He's close to the first down. He's going to be about a yard short. Picks up 9 on the play. Fincher with a gain of 9. It'll be 3rd and short now for the Thunder. We'll see if they bring their heavy package in. And that's going to do it for the quarter anyway. We're down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That does it. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves facing 3rd and 1 when we come back. Pack lead at 30-21 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Thunderwolves facing 3rd and 1 here, leading the ball game 30-21. Ball is at the Fort Lewis 27-yard line. Thunderwolves with their heavy package. Both tight ends line up on the right side of the formation. Fincher is the back. Fuller the quarterback. They give it to Fincher up the middle. Puts his head down. He's got the first down. Falls across the 25 down to about the 23. Looked like there was a lot more there, but he kind of stumbled coming through the line or got tripped up.
Yeah, he tripped over Sinan Chapel's back leg, and if he breaks that,
it looked like it was going to be a touchdown, didn't it? 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves. Again, they give it to Fincher. Puts his head down, breaks a tackle, drags a tackler forward inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Thunderwolves trying to impose their will here all of a sudden on Fort Lewis, something we kind of were calling for earlier. Now we got an injury problem for Fort Lewis because like a cramp. Caleb Davis, sophomore out of Cherokee Trail High School in Aurora. He is down for the count on the field there. Looks like a right leg cramp. Grabbing at his hamstring right now. So Thunderwolves exit to go over to their bench to get the instructions. Fort Lewis now gathered around their injured player here. Nice gain of 6 there by Fincher. He's both Thunderwolves a wealth of running backs, Joe. So even though Howard Russell having a tough day holding on to the football, they can go to other guys to pick up the slack.
Well, we have Ty Virgin's been in very sparingly. Fincher, just good. Corey and Burrell, they're just good running backs.
The injured player is up. It was a cramp. He's able to work it out to get him off the field here, but see if they can recover.
So we can get Taylor Toscas involved in this game today, Jim.
2nd down and 4 from the 17-yard line.
A little twist with him and Reggie.
I'm going Fincher up the middle 2 more times.
I know you are.
Here is the fake pass. It's Dvorak, the tight end. 15, 10, and out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. They brought Dvorak across the formation there. You end up having Toscas and Retzlaff as lead blockers over on that left side. Kind of a cool-looking play. Results in a 1st down and goal.
And it just shows you how good a pass catcher he is because it was a back shoulder throw to the tight end, and then he had to turn it upfield.
Dvorak's not your average tight end. He's got great speed for the tight end as well as a great blocker. He lines up on the right side of the formation this time. Toscas wide to the right.
Devin Larson back in under center.
Burrell is the running back. They fake it. They give it to the fullback, Lucky Do. He puts his head down inside the 5, down to about the 4. So a little wrinkle that time. They bring Lucky Do in to play fullback, kind of on a counter play that time. But Fort Lewis was ready for it, and Lucky Do hit at the 5. It's a gain of 3. It'll be second and goal from the 5-yard line. So they bring Lucky Do and the other tight end, Bozzie, coming out of the game this time, as they had a heavy package that time.
You know, Curtis Lucky Do might be one of the biggest players, if not the biggest player on this team at tight end.
Yeah, he could eat himself into offensive tackle in a hurry if he wanted to. Fincher is the back this time. Straight drop back. Fade pattern, left side. Retzlaff goes up for it, makes the grab. No, out of bounds. Did not get the foot down, evidently. I thought he made the catch over there.
He did, but he
hands
said he
the
was
ball
out
to
of
the officials.
bounds.
He's out of bounds. So it'll be third down and goal now from the 5. Well, Thunderbolts have struggled getting touchdowns today, and they're on the verge maybe of having that problem again here.
I think Fort Lewis's cornerbacks have acquitted themselves nicely today. They've been on a lot of one-on-ones with these bigger receivers and have done a very nice job.
Trips to the right this time, including Toscas and Robinson, also Rakowski over there. Left side, it's Retzlaff. Take the snap. They look right. Fire, back of the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Toscas running along the backside of the end zone, and Fuller drilled it in there right on the back line.
Said we ought to get him involved. We got him involved.
And what a strike by Fuller. That's the difference he gives you at quarterback. He can zip that ball in there, get it into tight spaces. Larson, maybe a better deep ball thrower when you got to loft it and drop it in the bucket. But, man, when you need a rifle shot like that, Fuller's the guy.
Again, an embarrassment of riches. Which guy you want? The deep guy or the dart guy?
Thunderwolves now try the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 12:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves get a little breathing room. Their biggest lead of the day. They lead at 37-21 now over the Skyhawks. The Riverboat Gambler in me right there was saying, well, why don't we go for 2 there and make it a 17-point game? But then you'd be an idiot if 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions come back and beat you.
Right.
So you play the safe bet there.
Well, there's so much.
I did qualify it by saying I'm an idiot.
But there's so much, and no one's denying that. But there's so much time left.
Yes.
You don't need to chase points right now. Could be a lot of sunburns today, Jim.
Well, Ben Greenberg was going to get one, but he decided to come on in here under the cover of the press box after they had him set up in the tent over there. But, you know, we missed all the histrionics and the excitement. I guess we didn't see the tent blow over, and Ben was running and rolling down the hill, evidently, and chasing his papers. Had some help from some of the fans across the way. So he said, screw it. I'm coming over here and sit with Jim and Joe for the second half, which he probably should have done from the entire start, but he was a martyr. He was going to go with where they wanted him to. Here's the kickoff out the back of the end zone.
Wow. That's almost a long kickoff.
Yeah, almost over there into where the referees do the review there in the end zone. So now it's 37-21. Thunderwolves on top by 16.
I could hear Phil Vigil kind of quietly cussing you out about trying to play all these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a just runaway win. All that stuff that you love to talk about. It's like,
well, I did say it was the right answer in the pregame.
But
okay, that's the right answer, Phil.
They did need to get right, and they got right at halftime.
And now the Skyhawks with Stone Walker at quarterback need to mount some kind of comeback here. Bring a man in motion across the formation. They run the sweep around the right side. And the Thunderbolt, a big left paw by A.J. Jordan stopped that play in its tracks.
Yeah, and the bad part about that is that he stopped the momentum, and then Daniel Bone cleaned him up.
That looked like they had something working there, and then Jordan all of a sudden just stuck out the left paw, and Guevara went nowhere. Yeah, then you got to have insult to injury. Have Bone
just hurt you,
just punish you. Loss of 2 on the play, second down and 12. Thunderbolts stunning along the defensive front. They hand it off the right side. Nice cut there inside. but runs right into the secondary of the Thunderwolves. But a good run on the play. Seidenberger on the stop along with Rulo, but not before a gain out to the 30-yard line. Got an injury now for the Skyhawks. It's been a battle of attrition here in the second half. A lot of Skyhawks going down here. This is their big offensive tackle, I believe.
If I'm Fort Lewis, I look at the rest of my schedule. There's a winnable game at Shadron. They might give Mesa all they want on the Western Slope battle, Adams State, and New Mexico Highlands. Fort Lewis could have a season to remember.
Yeah, compared to what they've been of late, yeah, I'd say all 4 of those games they'd be right in it. They play Shadron at Shadron?
They do.
That might be a tough nut to crack.
And that's next week.
But the thing about it, Shadron can't score.
Right. And I've been very impressed with this Fort Lewis team. This is the best Fort Lewis team we've seen in years.
Injured player still down. I think it's the offensive right tackle, but I'm not.
I even go back to 2014 when Csu-Pueblo lost to Fort Lewis that year here and went on to win the national championship. That was not a good Fort Lewis team. This one is.
Yeah. Logan Getajank.
Okay.
Sophomore out of Surprise, Arizona. Been in this a long time, Joe. That's the first Getajank.
We've had a lot of firsts this year.
I'll quiz you on the spelling record without looking.
No.
You don't even want to try that one?
Nope.
Country of origin? You don't want to go that? Well, it ends in a C, so it's probably Serbian or Eastern European.
Croatian,
yep.
Or as we say in Pueblo, Bojan.
Yeah, he'd be right at home in Bessemer.
Yes.
And Getajank, he's out of Surprise, Arizona. Good news is he's up. It could be you could go.
Could have the
because Jokic. Yeah, you could have the on the end of it there.
At the end.
And he kind of looks the part, doesn't he, here? With the big mop coming down. He's walking under full steam.
He looks
he's
like
a big
he's gonna
dude.
be okay, though.
Probably scared. We talk about it, Joe. When you hear that pop and you're wearing those knee braces, you think, man, the world's coming to an end. And then all of a sudden, that's not so bad. So it's 3rd down now and 5 for the Skyhawks. It looked like a false start on the quarterback. They flush him out of the pocket.
Uh-oh.
He rolls left, puts his head down. He's going to get the first down and more. And he's taken down out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. See, to me, Joe, now we got flags coming down. Well, we'll get back to that here afterwards. It could be a personal foul on the Thunderwolves here late. But to me, that's a false start on Stone Walker. He's moving before the ball is snapped because he anticipated the ball being snapped to him. It didn't come to him right away, and he was backing up on the play.
They're going to call this on Csu-Pueblo as well. We
Well,
didn't get third quarter stats.
Involved there was Donovan English. He was in the vicinity of where the flag flew.
And
Officials writing down their notes over here. This could be another one of those offsetting jobs. It's against Fort Lewis. Number 11 of Fort Lewis, that would be Jacob Burr. He was involved with English, so he was giving English the business evidently over here on the sideline. So it's a dead ball call, so it results in a first down. They mark the 15-yard mark-offs off, so it's first down and 10 now, back at the 28-yard line for the Skyhawks. In the old days, it'd be first and 25 right now, but now they don't punish you and make it first and 25. Although we saw the Thunderwolves get a first and 25 this year, but it was a penalty after the possession had changed. It was a low snap.
Look at this.
And I've got a false start. I think that's a snap infraction. The ball never did get back there cleanly. So where's Pat Burns when we need him with his trunk?
Right. It's a magician.
The old snap infraction. So 5-yard mark off on the Skyhawks. Takes it back to the 23-yard line. First down and 15. (37-21). Thunderwolves on top. Here's the handoff up the middle. Thunderwolves stone it. Here's they're going at it again over here on the left side with Burr and English. Now they're in each other's face. It's like English is trying to bait him into another one.
He knows. You get another one.
Now English pointing at the sideline. They're giving a little. English says, you know what, I don't care. I think sometimes defensive backs, they just don't care.
No, it's a mentality.
So now it's second down, and we'll call it 14, I believe, here. Ball's at the 24. Low snap, but a great grab. Man, what a stop. And getting forward, getting to the sideline, and taken down at about the 32-yard line is the quarterback, Stone Walker. That was an incredible stop on the snap with the left hand.
That might be auditions for center this week.
Man, that's one area that Fort Lewis got to recruit a little bit better. Long snapper and shotgun snapper. Third down now and 6.
How does I see Turrentine and Sampleton come in together?
Yeah. Here, block this.
Except they got to be winded just running in.
Here's the snap. They're going to roll the pocket right. Now sets fire down the middle of the field, and it's broken up incomplete. Pass behind the intended receiver. They're trying to get it to Jacob Burr.
Ben Wilson almost had it as an interception. He turned the wrong way again.
So fourth down now for the Skyhawks. They elect to punt the ball away here. Had to go through the mind perhaps to maybe go for it, but sometimes you're trying to play cosmetics too here. If you go for it and you don't get it, you know they're going to score a touchdown on you. So you'd rather just keep playing the game the right way. Plus, Thunderwolves have turned it over a couple times. That's what you got to pin your hopes on.
Well, Villavicencio has been their MVP today.
He's had a couple of incredible punts. He's into this all. And then we sing his praises, then he hooks one into the woods. And who do we always mention? Because we just want to see if he's listening to the broadcast.
My good friend and teammate for a while, Dave Lewis.
Dave Lewis. That was the Dave Lewis snipe into the woods right there. Dave, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be at Walking Stick tomorrow. It's going to be a little blustery, a little cool in the morning, but
he plays with you?
He'll be out there at the pro shop taking our money at Walking Stick.
Oh, I thought you said Desert Hawk.
I'll be at Walking Stick
tomorrow. Did he move and I didn't know?
No, we'll be at Walking Stick tomorrow.
Oh, well, there you go.
Desert Hawk has a tournament of some kind going on.
Oh, I saw that. I'm on their men's club deal. And
yeah.
I've never played in a men's club event, but I'm on their mailing
list. I'm on
list.
their deal too. I think I've played in one thing out there, the old Labor Day deal. But it's all right. I kind of like getting the emails.
Yeah, I like to see who's playing.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Pack. Fuller hands the ball off to Fincher on the right. Nice cut. 45-40. Cuts inside. 35. Cuts inside again. 20, 15, 10, 5. High stepping into the end zone. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a run by Fincher.
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
Wow.
That was impressive.
High stepping his way on into the end zone, breaking tackles. And look at him just slow trotting it over. He's gassed, Joe, and he comes over there. Whew.
It's just clean mountain air.
Yeah, he's loving it. That's an embarrassment of riches at running back for the Thunderwolves.
Well, when one of the best running backs who's ever played here, Howard Russell, fumbles twice, you sit him, guess what?
You're going to get some chances.
Yep.
This time it'll be Lions in to try the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 9:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves on top. It's 44-21. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
What a run by Emmanuel Fincher. Around the right side, just a simple little sweep around the right side. But Joe, when he cut inside, it was wide open. Then he made a couple of guys miss, and then high-stepped his way on into the end zone.
Well, and we would be remiss if we didn't say the downfield blocking by the receivers.
Yes.
These big receivers, or even the little guys, Zach Rukowski, these receivers lock on, and they do not let up.
Those were blocks that would make Paul Browning proud. That was one of the things he always took immense pride in, is blocking in the running game. One of the all-time greats.
Well, I used to say, if you didn't block his receiver, we're not throwing you the ball.
Exactly.
And Paul, you're going to throw the ball to Paul. That's all there was to it.
So Thunderwolves up now 44-21. Gone is that uneasy feeling at halftime, Joe. You weren't feeling uneasy.
I did not have it. I told you.
I had it. And here is the kick in and out the back of the end zone. That's the first career touchdown for Emmanuel Fincher.
Pretty one.
Junior out of McKinney, Texas. As we mentioned, that's where they played the national championship game. He would love, Joe, to have a nice homecoming in mid-December.
Christmas time in McKinney.
Oh, my, wouldn't that be awesome?
I think we'd have to go to the Fincher house.
Yes,
we'd have
to do some celebrating there with them. A little fellowship. Plus, we're always hungry. 1st and 10 now for the Skyhawks. Now up against it down 44-21 with 9:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure. Finney just nailed him. Pass is complete out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Dominic Finney just blasted Stone Walker right as he delivered that pass. You're going to feel that one later tonight.
Well, Stone Walker's such a good athlete that being folded in half like that is not going to hurt him, but it would have hurt a normal person.
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Low snap again.
They were all moving.
We've said that all day today with this low snap. Pass over the middle, incomplete, off the hands of Calvin Robb.
Isaiah Pittman in coverage that time, step for step.
So 3rd down and 2 now for the Skyhawks. Take the snap, look right, fire right, and caught. Flag is down, though, on the far sideline here. Now, is this going to be an illegal formation, or is it Thunderbolts offside again? Thunderbolts been called for being in the neutral 3 times. It's going to be the 4th time. I see the preliminary
They'll
signal.
decline this one, though, because they'll take the play. So it won't count, but they were.
So the ball out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. Another nice delivery that time by Stone Walker. This guy is a good quarterback.
Key now for Fort Lewis is keeping him here.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a portal guy if I ever saw one.
Straight drop back, looks left, now rolls the pocket left. Here comes late pressure, gets the pass away, flings it down the field. It's caught inside the 20, inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. What a pass by Walker, rolling to his left, just kind of sidearm sling it, and a great catch and run. And now we got an injury for the Thunderbolts as Feeney is hurt. He pulled a hamstring trying to chase back into the play. He's down back here at the 30-yard line. Dominic Feeney grabbing at his right hamstring. He is in a bad way here. Ends up being all the way down to the 8-yard line. What a pass.
Looks like he's cramping.
By Stone Walker there. Rolling to his left, throwing across his body, able to get that much heat on it, and then hitting it right in stride.
Yeah, he's definitely cramping.
Now he'll trot off the field here. What is going on over here? There's a lot of noise out behind us.
Sounds
it's
like
the old
some sort of
Coca-Cola
vehicle.
cart or something
Some
going
sort of
on
vehicle.
behind us. Yeah. So Feeney is up and now under full steam. So just a massive hamstring cramp there as he's trying to run back to get into the play.
Pickle juice.
Yeah, I need more of that. So Fort Lewis now, not going away quietly into the evening. They needed a quick strike, and they may get a quick strike here. They're all the way down to the 8-yard line of the Thunderbolts here with 8:51 to go in the fourth quarter, trailing it 44-21. They're in a power I formation. And they fake it in the middle. Here comes pressure. He's able to get away, roll to the left, to the pylon, hurdles to the end zone. Is he in? No signal. Touchdown. Flag down, though, on the Skyhawks. Could be a hold here on Fort Lewis. Will nullify the touchdown. What an individual effort, though, by Stone Walker. And A.J. Jordan down on the play for the Thunderwolves. Maybe he got clipped on the play. Now the Fort Lewis, they're saying touchdown. So waiting for the signal here from the officials. Looks like Stone Walker is down in the corner of the end zone after scoring the touchdown, hurdling.
But there is that flag, and it was back in the backfield.
But Fort Lewis, they were celebrating, thinking they got the preliminary signal. The officials talking it over now. It had all the remnants of what would be normally a holding call. As you roll the quarterback out of the pocket, you got to feel like maybe A.J. Jordan was being held on the play.
That they threw the flag right at his feet.
And he ended up down on the turf. Officials are saying, this would be a feel-good story, Joe. Let's just pick up the flag. No call. Give them the touchdown.
Sam Jones, the redshirt sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina, warming up for the Skyhawks.
I've never seen more referees in my life take out notepads and write there's 3 of them out with their pads.
Putting down their orders.
Okay, here comes the call.
They're not going to be very popular with one group of fans today.
Okay. So that nullifies the touchdown. All right, so here's how we sort it all out. We have holding on Fort Lewis. That one's declined. We have blindside block on Fort Lewis. That one is enforced. Then, after the play's over, dead ball, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Thunderwolves. That one is enforced. That results in an automatic first down. So it'll be Fort Lewis 1st and 10 now from the 11-yard line.
And their quarterback is still down in the outside of the end zone after that leaping.
So that blindside block had to be the one where Jordan was left laying on the turf and got up slowly. So then, somebody probably cleaned his clock there on the blind side.
And then Isaiah Herford gets a personal foul.
Yeah, so if Herford doesn't
fighting the stands.
Yeah,
now,
we got something going on there. Is this one of the Thunderwolves' assistants? What's going on here? Or is it a Thunderwolf fan?
No, I think it is. It might be their media cord. I'm not sure who that is, Jim.
Wow. And he ends up in the beer garden over there, and a brawl ensued momentarily. So now they're restoring order here. Now security moving order. One of the support staff for the Thunderwolves ended up over there in the middle of a melee. And now, after they got him out of there, of course, everybody that's over there in the beer garden suddenly grows a lot of muscle.
This is not good. This is not a good look.
We're going to find out. I'm not sure who is involved and who the penalty is going to be on or what led up to this.
I think it's.
Now they're bringing the law in.
The good news is the Stone Walker is up and walking.
So now they're probably going to take statements here. And could you possibly have an arrest? No, this is going to be gangland justice at its best here, I think.
Well, this is a Csu-Pueblo. Someone's getting walked off. The video guy for Csu-Pueblo.
And they're trying to get him out of here before now the law is. Well, no use assuming what happened. But he ended up in that melee. Now, what he was doing over there, that is the question. So he might have been in the back of the end zone
and maybe he was
and then getting yelled at and
knows?
Chirping, and then he went into the beer garden. And a melee ensued. So the video coordinator is being escorted out the right side by the strength and conditioning coach for CSU Pueblo. Now the authorities are over there taking statements from the people that are in the stands. And, they're going to be lying through their teeth about what happened here. They're not going to be guilty of anything. But this is going to be one man's word against another man's word, Joe. So I think at the end of this, you just call it good and say, well, nobody saw anything. You say this, they say that. Forget about it.
It's just a bad look. But
so they're continuing to have play halted here while they get this sorted out. To me, you can still play the football game while all that's going on back there behind the end zone. That has nothing to do with the game right now. Just go ahead and keep the game going here. And that's what the police, he's taking a statement from one of the Fort Lewis fans over there that was involved in the brawl. So what's he naturally going to say, Joe? He's going to say, well, that guy attacked me.
Well, the referee's talking to Phil Vigil, and the couple are talking to Johnny Cox. It's like, let's play ball.
Yeah, to me, that's all outside the field of play. Play the game.
It's 1st and 10, or is it 1st and goal?
It should be 1st and 10 at the 11 after the penalty call against CSU Pueblo is an automatic first down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 11. So all that has nothing to do with the football game right now. To me, you just play on.
I think he has to come out for a play since he was attended to.
Yep, new quarterback now is Sam Jones, who's 6 for 11 on the year. No touchdown passes, so he's getting the call here on 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line for the Skyhawks. It's 44-21 Thunderwolves. Low snap, bobbled. It's loose on the deck. Still loose. It looks like Fort Lewis able to cover it up.
And that's been a problem all game long.
Yeah. There's going to be auditions for center this week on the football field for Fort Lewis. And coming into the game, Jones, he obviously doesn't have as good a hands as Stone Walker. Stone Walker's been battling that all day, and he's been able to handle him. So it's a loss on the play back to the 14-yard line, I believe, or maybe the 15. They're going to mark it to the 15, so it'll be 2nd down and 14. Thunderbolts allowed to make substitutions here as Fort Lewis made a bunch of substitutions.
Do you send the house on the backup quarterback?
Yep, trips to the right, double wide out left. Low snap at his handle, looks over the middle, intercepted by Seidenberger. And Gary read that play beautifully and hauls it in and is taken down at the 14-yard line, so the Thunderbolts defense comes up with the turnover.
He was just baiting him, wasn't he? Kind of just dropped back and just baited him into that play.
Well, you knew he had the feet of Sam Jones very hot, the quarterback. He knew he had to get rid of it in a hurry. He just didn't even take a look. And Seidenberger just, as Joe mentioned, just stepped right in, took it away. So the Thunderbolts take over at the 13-yard line. With 7:51 to go, now's when you want to just run the ball, get the heck out of here before something else happens.
Looks like there's some Thunderwolves fans in that same beer garden area. They were just cheering.
Yeah, I think you want to get the Thunderwolves fans out of there. 1st down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Play action. Fuller comes pressure, gets the pass away, and he throws an interception. What are we doing out here throwing the football inside the 20-yard line?
Well, he got hit on that too.
Here's the run back, and then that's a clothesline tackle on the Thunderbolts. All hell's going to break loose here if we're not careful. And the Thunderbolts, I just mentioned, Joe, what you want to do is run the football, get the heck up on out of here, and what are they doing? They're throwing passes down the middle of the field and getting it picked off. So now Fort Lewis right back where they were earlier, a chance to put points on the board. This is going to be a personal foul on the Thunderbolts on the tackle, a clothesline tackle, which will take it down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. Fuller was hit on the play, so that caused the ball to flutter. It was an easy interception for Fort Lewis. The ball returned all the way down to about the 15-yard line. On the play, the tackle was a clothesline job. So personal foul on the Thunderwolves.
Took him down with the face mask.
So they'll mark it off from the 18 down to the 9. So it'll be first and goal, Fort Lewis. Man, oh man. So it'll be first and goal for the Skyhawks. They still stay with their backup quarterback, Sam Jones. Oh, he's the nightmare playing football in Durango for the Thunderwolves, one way or another. Here's the snap. They're going to run the ball around the left side. Thunderwolves string it out, no gain. As they hand the ball off on the left side here, that's Cameron Mack. Scipio complaining he was held on the play, showing the center judge exactly what happened to him there. No avail. No gain, second down and 9. Second and goal from the 9. Each team allowed to match on the substitutions. Now we're ready to go. 44-21, Thunderwolves on top here. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure. Spins out of the pressure. Now rolls left. Pass to the back of the end zone. Just throws it away. As Feeney was coming in, he's recovered from that hamstring cramp. He was ready to lower the boom on Sam Jones. Jones realized it, got rid of it.
You know, that ball kind of hung up in the air as it was trying to throw it away, and that was right into the teeth of the
Yeah,
band.
it almost had a situation like we had a week ago. Remember, on the sideline when the Thunderwolves made the pick. So now it is third and goal from the 9-yard line. Here come the mass substitutions by the Skyhawks. They send 5 different players in here.
And Csu-Pueblo doesn't send – they don't substitute anybody on this one.
Yeah, they just stay in their same defense. Jones takes the snap. They send everybody. He spins out of his tripped up.
Nushi, Tiger Pride.
Only thing I was worried about there is they might call a trip on Nushi, but it looked like Jones just more or less spun out of it and lost his balance, and it is a sack for Nushi. Nucci's one of those guys. He'll probably be a coach someday. He just does everything right. Always in the right spot.
Well, that was Kate
right
Bosky saying, you know, he's not the best athlete out here, but he's got the highest football IQ.
So it's fourth down and goal, and now they're going to send the field goal unit out here. High snap, but it's handled. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So 6:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Skyhawks at a field goal. It's 44-24. Villavicencio.
This is my favorite part right here.
Sixth field goal of the year.
Donovan in English. The center judge was walking Donovan back to the huddle because, of course, chipping. And then Donovan stops him, and he's talking with his hands like he's pleading his case.
Yeah.
You know, so it's sort of like, Donovan, you're not going to win that argument no matter what you say.
Yeah, just take it on back. Get out of there. Oh, this game's been weird. This quarter's been weird. Weird quarter. Still looking back in there. Is Johnny Law left the beer garden yet? Are they still taking statements?
You know,
hard to tell what's going on over there.
All I know is he's still over there. See him.
He's still. Can anybody tell me what happened? Well, I got your story. Well, there's like, you're going to get one-sided stories there. There's no way you're going to get what actually happened.
Well, in today's age, somebody was recording it.
Yeah, we'd hope somebody whipped a cell phone out real quick.
Somebody was recording it.
So now the Thunderwolves thought they might have their hands team up here. They don't look like they're on much of a onside kick protection here. Fort Lewis now, Thunderwolves going to take a time. Yeah, they're not in the right. You got to get your special teams coordinator here. Onside kick is the call here. So Thunderwolves take the timeout.
Well, you have them. Might as well use them.
It's one of those things, Joe. I say I'm not a genius, but I think when you're down 20, onside kick is coming. So the Thunderbolts didn't have their hands team out there, so they called timeout, and now they'll remedy that.
Well, I think you're right.
So, timeout on the field. So we have to have eyes not only on the field in this game, we got to be watching what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe the beer garden isn't such a great idea.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I'm sure there's video somewhere.
Well, yeah, I just wait to see what the story is before we start assuming the worst for somebody employed by the Csu-Pueblo football team. How he ended up over there in the middle of it is, if you're on the field taking video, why did you go across? That's the question. You got to have some sense of restraint.
Yeah, you cannot do that.
All right. Fort Lewis to kick things off here. Yep, they set up for the onside kick, and they pooch it down the right side. Fair catch signal for and taken by Rula. It's a good play. Now flag. That's going to be a legal hit on Fort Lewis. Now some pushing and shoving. And Dvorak says, get away from me.
Well, it's
They're
just
trying
kind
to
of funny that everybody's blaming Csu-Pueblo, and that was blatant Fort Lewis.
Yeah, that was just a cheap shot down here along the sideline. That's
and you know
where
who
the flag
they hit?
came
They
out.
hit Howard Russell.
Yep, they did. As Howard was out there on the hands. That's kind of funny. Howard today with 2 fumbles out there.
The hands team, right?
That's kind of an oxymoron, but
ironic.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't change your hands team just.
I guess not, just because of
midstream
circumstances. So personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Now, do we just get a series of runs now, Jim? Do we?
I think so. I think we should go to the running game. Okay? So Roman Fuller comes out there. He's played this pretty much this entire second half. We've seen a little bit of Kroll, a little bit of Larson, depending on the situation, but more or less turned into Roman Fuller's game. So ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves. Here's the handoff up the middle. Burrell puts his head down, and a flag is down. Well, even the officials won't let us just get on out of here. We're going to have maybe a hold on the Thunderwolves on the left side here. Flag didn't come out immediately like it would be offside. It looked like it was a flag as a reaction to the play. Get your notepads out, guys. Let's get it all down. Okay, we got to have a conference. Oh, my God. This is borderline maddening.
Well,
make the call. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, these guys would not work NFL games.
Who are you trying to convince? You're the one that threw the flag. Why do you have to convince anybody? No foul for hands to the face. So what he saw, he didn't see. So nothing takes place except we lose a minute of our lives. 2nd down and 3 from the 39-yard line.
Uh-oh.
They show blitz. Fuller going to throw it. Gets the pass away, and that's got to be interference. Looked like an early hit on Toscas.
Toscas almost had that. That's great defense, though. That's a nice little corner coming across. Little guy.
So no flag on the play. Went right through Toscas to try to get to it, but he has as much right to the football, I guess, as Toscas does. So 3rd down now and 3. They haven't changed the down marker over on the side. It's got to be 3rd down. Now they change it. 3rd down and 3.
Fincher back in.
2 wideouts right, including Retzlaff. Wide receiver screen to Retzlaff. Oh, he breaks the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10. Foot race. Knocked out of bounds, I believe. No, touchdown. They say he stayed in. He did not step out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. He gets it on into the end zone. Joe, I love that wide receiver screen. It's the best play in football.
Have a day, Reggie Retzlaff, Yom Kippur. I'm telling you.
What a
Have a day.
Tightrope the sideline. Somehow took the hit there at about the 10-yard line. Somehow able to stay in. But now a flag down on the Fort Lewis bench for somebody jawing at the referee. Maybe he's saying he was out of bounds. I don't know. Who knows what's going on here? All sense of restraint have been lost.
10 catches, 158 yards, and a touchdown. Welcome back.
Yeah, took a nice week off. Enjoyed your sabbatical.
Rested. Reggie. Guess who I'm talking to after the game? Reggie.
Oh, my God.
No, he said CSU Pueblo, but it's on.
They've called so many today they can't point in the right
penalty
direction.
is on Cameron Lewis for Fort Lewis. That'll be enforced on the kickoff. That's, I think, where he got confused there, where he was pointing. So now the Thunderwolves will try the extra point here. It is now a 50-24 game. So it'll be Willig to try the extra point this time. Thunderwolves alternating their kicking duties here today. Ball's down, kick is up, and it's good. We're going to go ahead and get our time out of the way here. 51-24 Thunderwolves on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
51-24 Thunderwolves. Well, Joe, if body language tells you anything, look at Phil Vigil over there on the 27-yard line with his hands on his hip.
Yeah, he's beside
irate.
himself. I
Yeah.
mean, this is just out of hand.
So the Thunderwolves get the 15-yard mark off. We'll kick off from midfield. You could try a little squibber, and that's what they do. And it rolls on the way into the end zone. He squibbed a little bit too good, didn't he? And now we got pushing and shoving out here on the field again.
Dominic Fincher, or Emmanuel Fincher, giving him a pat on the head. Good job. They're all friends now. I mean, Donovan English, Emmanuel Fincher. I'm like, all the names are coming together today.
He was locked up there with Christopher Ponce, junior out of Upland, California. So the ball at the 25-yard line. And once again, the concern is for Stone Walker. He got hurt on that touchdown attempt when he just gave himself up trying to hurdle into the end zone. He did score, but the penalties nullified it. Here's pressure, and the Thunderwolves get home. They rip the ball free. It's a chance for the touchdown, but taken down at the 9-yard line. A.J. Jordan just ripped the ball out of the hands of Sam Jones. Looked like he might score for a moment. He wants to keep that football.
That was almost a scoop and score without the ball touching the ground.
Rip and score. Ends up just being a simple little fumble recovery, but what a play by Jordan. Joe, you think back in this game when it was 14-13, did you ever think the Thunderwolves would be at 51 with a chance to get to 58 right here?
Well, you know I did.
Yeah, you did. You didn't you?
But
I set you up for that
I've been so impressed with this Skyhawks team today, though. I really have. I think they're trending the right way. I really do. I firmly believe that.
So A.J. Jordan gets credit for the sack and the strip and return yardage.
And Stevie Kroll now in at quarterback.
And he takes the snap. He gives up the middle. And to the goal line. Close. Is he in?
Down.
Down at about the 1-foot line is Emmanuel Fincher, almost with his second touchdown of the day, his second of his career. They go hurry up here, I believe. Nope, now they're going to back out of there.
Might as well milk some clock. High stepping off the field.
Yeah, they bring Fincher out of the game here. He might have got hurt a little bit there. He looked like he had a little tender area there.
A little Ty Virgin in now at tailback.
Kroll takes the snap, gives it off, up the middle, to the goal line, touchdown. Ty Virgin, senior out of San Diego, California, with the touchdown for the Pack. No stranger to scoring touchdowns here in Durango.
No, this is his place of origin for coming out for the Pack, isn't it?
He had the long run for a touchdown a year ago here.
I thought I was going to say it was like a virgin, a touchdown for the very first time today for him. But I didn't go that way.
Well, you just did.
I just did, but I was waiting to pull that out, and the timing was not there. But it was on the tip of my tongue. But we're in a 57-24 game, so I can get away with that one. Yes.
And it's Lion in the try the kick this time. Lions, put an S on there, Jim. Kick is up, and it is good. 4:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 58-24 in favor of the Pack. Oh, man, what a day here in Durango, Colorado. Looks like order has been restored down in the end zone. I don't see any statements or anything being taken. Well, they're still milling around down there. Probably want to it'll be interesting to see what happens out of this. We're going to get any charges or I love the fans cheering the policeman. I should have called the play-by-play on the policeman. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, cuts back. Inside, pulls out his gun.
I'm sure there'll be some fallout for this. It's just not a good look for college football. It's just not.
So the Thunderwolves to kick this off. This has turned into the longest game of the year. We're already 3 hours and 20 minutes into this thing.
Again, I like to liken it to the Titanic playing on AMC.
Yes, that's the way it is. Going to get all the commercial breaks in.
The boat sank. Get over it.
There's Lions to kick it off. And goes out the back of the end zone.
Up.
And now another flag. Now more flags come down.
It's just getting out of hand.
And now another one flies in. Everybody's getting involved here.
If you got them, fly them.
So Ben Wilson,
who's already had a personal foul, if this is on him, he's ejected. If this is on Ben Wilson, he had one earlier.
The officials confab, talk it over. See if we can listen in here. Blindside block again, this time on Cameron Mack for Fort Lewis. So they've been guilty of that today. They're taking out
3 of them.
Yeah. So that's the reason Ben Wilson and company were upset for the Thunderwolves. You're getting cheap shots leveled against you. Because the blindside block, in effect, is a cheap shot because it's against the rules. And these guys know it. They know the rules. So Fort Lewis will take over at their own 13-yard line here after the half the distance
New
to the
quarterback.
goal mark-off. And this will be Derek Hester, freshman out of Palmer Lake, Colorado. Takes the snap, fires it up the left sideline to nobody in particular. He threw it out. The receiver ran it in. As Gamont turned into the middle of the field, and Hester threw it to the coaching staff. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops. 4:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hester takes the snap, looks left, fires left, caught, and dropped. Now the drops. Well, we've heard all about the drops from the Fort Lewis receivers. As the second half, they're almost getting to their allotment. They've put it on the turf quite a bit here in the second half. Calvin Raub that time dropped it. Roughing the passer against the Thunderwolves. We had a penalty call on the play. So, 15-yard mark off will give Fort Lewis a first down out to the 27-yard line. So Hester brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Handles the snap, just throws it up for grabs down the left sideline, and it's deflected, incomplete. And coming up celebrating is Isaiah Herford. I think that ball probably you could look at it and say it might have should have been caught.
Yeah.
By Gamon, hit him in the hands.
But he did that great move that defensive backs do. They kind of come up through the middle of the hands.
Able to separate it.
Yep. That's what they're taught. If their back's turned, they put their hand up through the center.
One thing about Isaiah Herford, he's got to be the biggest cornerback in the conference. There's nobody taller than him that position. He looks like a linebacker out there playing on the edge. Here's a snap. Out pattern. Left side. Making the grab. Thunderbolts rally to the ball. Make the stop. Pretty good coverage there for Dre Towns. You give him the grab. You don't want to give anything up over the top. You gain 5, 3rd and 5.
Well, please keep him in bounds.
Yep, down to 4:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 58-24. Thunderwolves on top. Quarterback draw, and it's wide open. First down up the middle of the field, and across midfield down to about the 46-yard line. Good hard run there.
See somebody's
by Derek
dad.
Hester.
Hester's dad and maybe brother or uncle right in front of us. As soon as he got in, they pulled the cameras out. So and they're standing up clapping.
Yeah,
so.
the pride of Palmer Lake.
That's it. I wonder what high school.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Take the snap. Pass left side, low, incomplete. And now,
hey, they got the run. That was a good run.
that'll make. He was standing up watching. I made him sit down. Need more work in the backyard. 2nd down and 10 at the 46-yard line. Look right. Fire right. Intercepted. What a play on the football for the Thunderbolts, jumping the route that time. That's our guy that got into the game late. Welch.
Hey, makes the trip, gets a pick. You get a pick, and you get a pick.
You get into the game, you get a pick. And Oliver Welch is a redshirt freshman. He's out of Los Angeles, California. He got the call late to play in the game because Keith McCaney came up lame with the ankle injury. You get a play, you might as well take advantage.
Well, he
it's
wasn't
an
going to
opportunity.
dress. If Keith could have gone, he wouldn't even have dressed.
So that's the reason he gets in the ball game, and you take advantage of an opportunity, Joe.
Yeah, they're not.
And that's he takes the place of Keith McCaney, who is all about opportunity. All right, handoff up the middle.
Ty
Virgin gets about 4 to the 45-yard line. Joe Cervi going to abandon ship and head on down to the field. There we go. Second down and 6 from the 45-yard line. Give it to Virgin around the right side. Puts his head down, gets about 4 more. I'm going to say his knees down at the 48. So a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3. So stay tuned for the Thunderbolts post-game show. Joe Cervi will talk to Phil Vigil. Also talk to Reggie Retzlaff. We'll see which defender he elects to talk to. 3rd and 3. Kroll going to keep it himself, and he's going to pay a price. No gain on the play. So it'll be 4th down. Thunderbolts should send the punt team in here with 2:15 to go. We're going to get this. Will take it down to the 2-minute timeout. And there indeed is the 2-minute timeout, which means nothing to us anymore. We don't take timeouts during the 2-minute warning, so it'll be just a quick little 30-second break, so we'll keep it right here. Chance to look at some other scores from around the country, and oh boy, Joe Cervi not going to be happy because Penn State came back. Game went to overtime. Penn State beats USC 33-30. That's a final. Game played in Los Angeles today at the Coliseum. Pitt defeats Cal 17-15. 2 tough losses in a row for Cal. They went for 2 late, didn't get the job done. Lose it 17-15. Illinois, in a squeaker in overtime, defeats Purdue 50-49. Illinois, the 23rd ranked team in the country, survives a big-time scare. The Boilermakers 1-5. They've had some horrendous losses this year, but they get the win, 50-49. The game down in Dallas today, Texas destroys Oklahoma 34-3. The final there, not even close. BYU leads Arizona 34-19, fourth quarter. Georgia leads Mississippi State 34-24, also late fourth quarter. We'll have all the scores for you, highlights, stats. That comes away in the Thunderwolves post-game show. Here's the punt by Baker. Angles it toward the left sideline. It's a good one. And it's downed inside the 5. Good play there by the Thunderwolves on punt coverage. Eli Pittman keeps the ball from going into the end zone, downs it. They're going to spot it at about the 7-yard line, it looks like. That's where Eli kind of caught it at the 5, kind of batted it backwards. So they're going to say 7-yard lines where the ball goes dead. So now Fort Lewis with 2 minutes to go here. Why did the clock not run there? Yeah, now they reset the clock to minute 52. Okay. Now Fort Lewis, do they take a knee here or do they keep playing football? Looks like they're going to keep trying. Their third-string quarterback out here, and Derek Hester, freshman out of Palmer Lake. He's in the pocket, steps up. He's snowed under and sacked. For the Thunderwolves, Lorenzo Diggs, sophomore out of Pflugerville, Texas, on the sack. Took him down right at the 5-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress, so it'll be second down now and 12 for the Skyhawks. Clock rolls. We're down to a minute 25 to go. And give the ball up the middle. This is Troy Gonauer. Troy Gonauer, senior out of Las Vegas. No gain. It'll be third down now. 3rd and 13 for the Skyhawks. No sense of urgency here, as you might expect. Down 58-24. Play clock down to 15. Snap the ball, look right, fire over the middle. Intercepted by the Thunderwolves. Chance running it back inside the 5. Take it down at the 4-yard line. Prevents the touchdown, but Donovan Guyton on the interception for the Thunderwolves. And all the way back to the 3-yard line. Now the Thunderwolves just go out there and kneel on it. Thought for a moment there Guyton might be able to get it in the end zone, but Fort Lewis able to rally to the football and prevent that. Prevent the Thunderwolves from eclipsing the 60-point mark. So the Thunderwolves will come out and go victory formation here. And that'll be Stephen Kroll. Take the snap. He takes it, takes the knee, and that will do it. Thunderwolves win it 58-24. Post-game show is next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Ray Dennison Memorial Field here in Durango. Let's go down to the field and Joe Cervi.
All right, down here with head coach Phil Vigil. I think everybody wants to know, what did you tell him at halftime? It was just execution, but the second half was so much different and so much better for the Thunderwolves than the first half.
Just to be us, man. You know, like we're doing things that were very uncharacteristic of ourselves, and we needed to just do our job, and that's really what it was. It wasn't anything crazy. Just, man, we're better than what we're playing right now. Focus on one play at a time, and let's go out there and do what we're supposed to do. You know, offensively in the first half, we moved the ball well. We didn't finish with touchdowns. We turned the ball over twice, which gave them a short field, and credit to Fort Lewis. They capitalized on those. And again, Johnny has done a really good, Coach Cox has done a really good job of upgrading their talent here, and proud of our response in the second half.
You gotta. I was just going to ask that. It's one thing to challenge your guys to be who you are, but it's another thing for them to actually do it.
Yeah, again, it just, we gotta do us. We can't fill things out. We can't expect people to just lay over because we're Csu-Pueblo, and I take the fault for that. I got to do a better job getting these guys ready to play from the get-go, and we'll make sure that we're right this weekend.
All right, go enjoy the win with your fam. Thank you. Thanks. Jim, back upstairs.
All right, no player interviews today because the players were sent to the locker room immediately following the ball game, so did not want to have any chance for any type of altercation out on the field. Phil Vigil electing to send his club directly to the locker room, and so no player interviews here in the post-game show. Come back, we'll have highlights for you. It comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Thunderwolves win it 58-24. We got a lot of highlights that Kajal Lang has been able to get for us. Let's get right to them. Fort Lewis, they struck first in this ball game. Take the snap. They look right. Fire over the middle. And a pass caught for the touchdown. What a nice little laser shot in there to Jameel Humphrey, and the Skyhawks are on the board. Extra point was good, made it 7-0 at that point. Thunderwolves would answer with the field goal. We don't do field goals in the highlights, so it was 7-3 at that point. Thunderwolves then get a big play on defense. Now they're having a problem with the play clock. They didn't have it set correctly. They keep the official. Nobody's paying attention to the referee here. There we go. All right, now here it is. They fake the sweep. They look right, fire it right, and intercept it. Thunderwolves coming up with the pick on the sideline there. Great play by Dramani Jackson.
Gets the pick. Tipped it to himself, Jim.
Yeah, he kind of played volleyball there for a little bit. And that would lead to this touchdown for the Thunderwolves.
Offensive lineman play possum a little bit and then go.
2nd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves. Lord takes a snap, screen pass left, but through, and on this double pass play to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown! The big tight end, Dvorak, hauls it in. They threw a pass out to the left side. It was a backwards pass
to Rakowski.
And Rakowski fires it down the sideline for the touchdown.
The Loveland Lightning Bolt gets a touchdown pass.
The extra point was good. That would make it 10-7 at that point. Thunderwolves then got a big play on offense. Fuller takes the snap. Looks left, fires it left. Caught again by Retzlaff up the sideline. Breaks a tackle inside the 40. Breaks another tackle. It breaks another tackle inside the 30. Breaks another tackle inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Can you say making up for lost time?
Man, oh man, Retzlaff refusing to go down. That would set up a field goal for the Thunderwolves. They would lead it 13-7 at that point. But then the Skyhawks, they take advantage of a Thunderwolves turnover. To the left side as Russell cuts back in. A little move there. Look at that. Fumbles the football, but I think he got on top of it. I think he fell right on it. But Fort Lewis says it's their ball. No signal as of yet. And Fort Lewis has it. So Russell with the fumble, and the Skyhawks recover at the 48-yard line. Thunderwolves arguing about it, saying they had it and then was ripped away on the bottom of the pile with that argument. So that was the fumble recovery that leads to this for Fort Lewis. Takes the snap, looks left, steps up in the pocket. Now fires right. Ball deflected but caught. Touchdown.
Caught it right in front of Daniel Bone, and you don't see that very often at all.
Xavier Rawls on the grab. The ball was deflected, but it had enough pace on it to get to him. Extra point was good. Made it 14-13 at that point in favor of Fort Lewis. We'd go to the locker room that way. Thunderwolves, though, they needed to come out in the third quarter and establish themselves, and it didn't take Russell very long. The snap, it's bobbled, now handed off to Russell, and he's got the first down and more.
Goodbye.
50, 40, 30,
Goodbye.
20, 10, touchdown, Thunderwolves. That'll get you well in a hurry. They bobbled the snap there. I don't know if you noticed that, Joe, as Fuller kind of bobbled it, but was able to get the ball into the gut of Russell, and Russell took off. And the extra point was good. It would make it 20-14 at that point. Thunderwolves would get a stop on defense, leading to this big play. Great drop back. They're looking up the left sideline for Toscas. He's in the clear, and he has got it. Touchdown. Roman Fuller, a beautiful pass right on the numbers of Toscas. And the extra point was good, made it 27-14. Thunderwolves would get a stop on defense, but then disaster would strike. They go from the gun. They give it to Russell up the middle. He fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Fort Lewis. They have a scoop inside the 5 and knocked down at the 1. Here comes a flag down.
Face mask.
So another fumble by Howard Russell, and now the Skyhawks right back in the ball game here. And the Skyhawks then would have a penalty called against them, march the ball back to the 17. They'd run a double reverse, get it down inside, and leading to this touchdown. Then we'll show blitz. They run the ball around the left side. Good cut inside, touchdown. Stone Walker took it around the edge on into the end zone. We got ourselves a ball game again. So the Thunderwolves turnover results in points for the Skyhawks. Thunderwolves would bounce back. They get a field goal. That would make it 30-21. That would lead us to the fourth quarter when another big play on offense. Trips to the right this time, including Toscas and Robinson, also Rakowski over there. Left side, it's Retzlaff. Take the snap. They look right. Fire. Back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Toscas running along the backside of the end zone, and Fuller drilled it in there right on the back line. Just a laser shot there by Fuller for the touchdown. Extra point was good to make it 37-21. Big plays continue to happen for the Pack. Fuller hands the ball off to Fincher on the right. Nice cut. 45-40. Cuts inside. 35. Cuts inside again. 20, 15, 10, 5. High stepping into the end zone. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a run by Fincher. And the extra point was good, made it 44-21. Fort Lewis would get a field goal to make it 44-24. Then another big play for the Thunderwolves. Wide receiver screen to Retzlaff. Oh, he breaks the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10. Foot race. Knocked out of bounds, I believe. No, touchdown. They say he stayed in. He did not step out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. He gets it on into the end zone. Joe, I love that wide receiver screen. It's the best play in football. Joe and I always talk about we hate the wide receiver screen, but you know it works one time out of a million, Joe, and you got to celebrate it.
Worked well.
All right, Thunderwolves will get one final touchdown to close things out. He's out. Takes the snap, gives it off up the middle to the goal line, touchdown. Ty Virgin, senior out of San Diego, California, with the touchdown for the Pack. No stranger to scoring touchdowns here in Durango. And he had a big run last year for a touchdown for the Pack. We thank Kajal Lang for combining all the highlights there for you. Thunderwolves win it. Back with our stats package right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Durango. Thunderwolves win at 58-24. Quick look at the stats today. Thunderwolves 26 first downs, Fort Lewis with 18. Thunderwolves 291 on the ground, 323 through the air, 614 yards total offense. Fort Lewis 63 on the ground, 217 through the air, 280 yards in total offense. Thunderwolves did lose 2 fumbles today. Fort Lewis lost 1. Third down conversions, 8 for 15 were the Pack. Fort Lewis was 7 of 17. Thunderwolves 5 of 7 in the red zone. Fort Lewis 4 of 5. Some individual numbers for you. Russell 14 carries, 135 yards, and the 68-yard touchdown run. Fincher 1 away from getting to the century mark. 6 carries for 99 yards. Did have a touchdown. It was a 55-yard beauty. Burrell had 8 carries for 35 yards. Kroll 2 for 16. For them, Stone Walker, their leading ball carrier, 11 carries, net 29. You got to factor in the 24 yards lost in sack yardage. Fuller today, 10 of 19, 1 intercepted, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devin Larson, not his best day, but I think he'll be back in the starting lineup next week. 12 of 21 for 82 yards for the Pack. Retzlaff had 10 catches, 158 yards, including a touchdown. Just another ho-hum day for Reggie Retzlaff. Dvorak, 4 carries for 75 and a touchdown. Toscas, 2 catches for 52. They were both money catches. He gets 2 touchdowns on the day. Rakowski, 3 for 23. Rab had 5 for 42 to lead the way for them. Some defensive numbers. Seidenberger, 9 tackles today, all solo jobs. He also had the interception. Daniel Bone with 6. Jordan and Towns with 4 apiece. A.J. Jordan able to get the daily double. He got the sack and the rip, the strip, and boy, he wanted to score. He couldn't quite in there. Joe, It was, for a while, seemed like a disastrous day, but it turns out to kind of be business as usual for the Thunderwolves in the second half, but it took a long time to get here.
It was only the first half house of horrors.
Yes.
And after that, order was restored, and Csu-Pueblo gets out of here with the win, which is what you want to do. Some things to clean up, but they're always easier to clean up after wins. And just got to look ahead to next week.
All right, quick little scoreboard for you. Mines defeats South Dakota Mines 45-20. Highlands a 33-30 winner over Chadron State. Mesa over Adams State 52-10. And Western Colorado defeated Black Hills State today 35-14. USC lost today, Joe, in overtime. Penn State got them in overtime 33-30. Alabama survived. They didn't cover. That's right. I picked USC, so I'm happy with that. Some other games in progress. Stanford led 7-0. Unfortunately, they gave up 49 in a row to Notre Dame. 49-7. It's 10 seconds ago, and that game is about over. Georgia surviving. They lead Mississippi State 41-31. A minute 47 to go there. Florida an early lead over Tennessee 3-0. Oregon 7 behind Ohio State. Ohio State with the first touchdown of the day. They lead 7-0 there. Clemson over Wake Forest 49-14. Missouri bounces back with a win. South Carolina gave Alabama a scare, as we mentioned, 27-25 the final there. Pitt over California. Penn State, we mentioned, over USC. Illinois in the wildest game of the day, 50-49 over Purdue. Purdue went for two late, didn't get it done. Well, actually, it was an overtime job. They went for two to go.
Illinois was laying 24.
Yeah, they tried to go for two in overtime to win it. They lose at 50-49. Texas defeated Oklahoma today. Little bigger score than many thought it would be, 34-3. BYU over Arizona 41-19. Some other big games tonight. I guess LSU and Ole Miss probably the big game of the night. CU in action against K-State late. Rammies today, what are they doing?
They won. Beat San Jose State at home.
Nice. There you go. All right. That caps it off for you.
Yes, it does.
All right. Action next week. Of course, we got the Pack Football Show on Wednesday night. That'll be at 6 o'clock from Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Hope you can join us there. Phil Veal will join us with a couple of guests. And next football action for the Thunderwolves is a week from today. We'll be back at home at the Thunder Bowl. 1 o'clock kickoff. Remember, 1 o'clock next week, 12:30 with the pregame show. Black Hills State comes to town to take on the Thunderwolves. Special thanks to everybody here involved at Fort Lewis. They do a great job getting us on the air. Everything working fine here today. And they got the press box rebuilt. That was a great job with the fire they had earlier this year. It's kind of nice digs. Kind of enjoyed it here at Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Ben Greenberg is the sports information guy at Csu-Pueblo. We thank Ben for all of his good work. He'll be writing his story. You can catch it on GoThunderwolves.com or catch the link on the Thunderwolves Facebook page or the Twitter feed, however you want to do it. But Ben will be writing that up, and you'll be able to catch that here shortly. We'll make the trip home. Joe is going to spend the evening with his wife. Joe, thanks for joining us. Good job today. Final thoughts?
Heading back, just like you, and we'll get ready to turn the page and go to next week.
All right. I'm all for it. My name is Jim Brooks. Special thanks to Kajal.
We
Kajal
appreciate
Lang.
it. Yes.
I had a brain fart there. Kajal Lang, our producer and engineer. Kajal doing all the highlights, keeping us in order there. All right. That'll do it. For Ben Greenberg, for Joe Cervi, for Kajal Lang, this is Jim Brooks reminding you one final time. Thunderwolves win it 58-24. Until we talk to you Wednesday night at the Thunder Zone and then again next weekend at the Thunder Bowl. Good night, everybody.